former Australian team member Ty Dowker. Courtney, we've had a huge couple of days of racing so far in this Interclub competition, and we've got another great finals package coming up this afternoon.
We certainly do. It's been a huge few days, a huge few weeks, should I say, and a huge morning as well. So look out for this afternoon, but this is it. We've had our heats, we've had the quarterfinals, we've had the semi-finals, and it is now all on the line to crown the world champions.
That's exactly right. Athletes have come from all around the world to try and win that elusive title. Let's take a look at the events that will roll through this afternoon. We'll kick things off with the fastest men and women in the sand with the beach sprint finals. We'll head to the water after that, the women's board race, men's surf ski race, surf races for both men and women, and then we'll wrap things up with the ocean women and ocean men relays. They are the ones that I'm really looking forward to, a combination of all those water elements and the beach athletes as well. It's the one that all the athletes want to win.
Oh, it certainly is, because you crown your club world champion. I think you'll be getting, I don't know whether it's free membership or free chicken schnitzels from the surf club for a year to come, but it's certainly the one that everyone wants to win, as you said, Josh, just before.
You're spot on there. We've had a huge day of action yesterday with the finals. We crowned a lot of world championships, and we're going to crown plenty more this afternoon. 8 gold medals up for grabs, but there is a lot of racing to be done between now and then. Conditions are starting to deteriorate in terms of the wind. It's been an absolutely beautiful bluebird day all morning long so far, but in just the last sort of half an hour, 45 minutes, the nor'easters really kicked in. That is going to make racing really tough. The tide started to roll out. That'll make the run legs longer, the water legs a little bit shorter, sorry, and that'll favour a couple of the athletes. Sunny, 26, 27 degrees down there, almost perfect racing conditions, but super tough in terms of that wind. The lane you draw on each of the start lines is going to be so important in each of these finals, isn't it?
Oh, that is so, so true. And it is a lucky dip out there. You don't know what lane you're going to draw, but it's going to be really interesting. Those athletes are going to be on the northern side, so that's position number 1. They're going to have to really make their move and almost try and, I guess, squish up, the rest of the field onto that first can. And then on the other side of things, number 16 on the southern side, they're going to really have to hold their own out there because, as you said, Josh, it's a northerly. It's 31 knots at the moment. So as we can see on screen, the flag is blowing around there. So really, really going to be interesting, but so true. Where you are on that line is really going to determine how you're going to race this race.
Yeah, we saw that really come to the fore yesterday afternoon in those rescue tube, rescue board, rescue races as well. And some of the best finals I've seen in a very long time. I was on the beach in the thick of the action, but it was fantastic racing. And we continue to build a couple of events that I'm really looking forward to this afternoon. The men's surf ski race, we've got Olympic gold medalists, Olympic silver medalists in there as well. Some from London, some from Paris, some from Rio. An absolute who's who of surf ski paddlers as well to add to that kayaking crew. And it's going to be on for all money, isn't it?
It is. That's the one that the men set out to really win. And again, to have the world title, you don't only have it for 12 months, you have it for 2 years. So
that's right.
Morocco in 2 years' time. But that one is going to be heavily paced, and it's going to come down to the finish as well. There's who can connect those little dots, who can connect the runners together, and as well as we're looking at the board race final for the women's.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to come down to a sprint finish. Who's going to be able to hold themselves over those potholes as well? Who's confident enough, as we saw Matt Bevilacqua yesterday, confident enough to just charge the finish line and also get up first and get moving.
Yeah, you're spot on there. That women's board race, there's 16 girls on the line, and if any single one of them won that, I would not be surprised in any way, shape or form. And there's probably a few girls that missed out as well that could win it. It is going to be the tightest race of the afternoon without a shadow of a doubt. So short, so tight, so technical in terms of the start and the conditions in there. And to win a world championships is tough, but to win a couple of the events we're seeing this afternoon, that one's going to be truly incredible. The crowd's starting to build, especially down alongside the beach track. We're going to kick things off with the beach sprint races in just a few moments' time. There's still a few semi-finals being run and won. The water competitors, they are warming up for their finals in just a few moments' time. So first event up this afternoon, the semi-finals of the Open Men's Beach Sprint. We're not quite at the point of handing out gold medals. Let's take a look at the start list there. Sam Ross from the Noosa Heads Club up on the Sunshine Coast. Connor Lofton, the home beach right here at Kurrawa. Will Adams from Ocean Beach. Then Kai Thompson from Noosa Heads, junior champion, junior Australian champion. Oscar Smith from New Zealand. He was part of the Kiwi team earlier in the week in this World Championship event. Paul Boland from Mooloolaba. Jet van der Wallen from South Maroubra. He had some success in the beach relay yesterday afternoon. And Ian Pereira from the Corpo de Bombardeiros Military Santa Catarina. My Portuguese is not fantastic. I think Bombardeiros, that might be the firefighters in the military of Santa Catarina. Excuse me if I've got that one wrong, but it's good to see the internationals in the mix as well. And so we're not too far away from our first event of the finals package. A big hello and welcome from wherever you join us around the world. A reminder, you can watch us on YouTube and SBS On Demand. So we love the team at SBS making this possible to send this around Australia and YouTube around the world. If you want to check out all the results from any event of the last 3 weeks, go to liveheats.com. You can check out all the action from every single event, every single arena. We have the boats, IRBs, the national teams competition, pool rescues going on at the Southport Aquatic Centre at the moment. The March Past will be coming up a little bit later on as we see one of the teams warming up there, getting ready to go. It's a festival of surf sports, Courtney Hancock. That's what we love about the World Championships.
It is. It's certainly a festival, a buffet if you want to add there as well. We've got the lot happening in Gold Coast, and Kurrawa Beach is the place to be, as well as the pool events up at Southport there. So it's all happening. As you spoke about the weather before, Josh, it has been the most perfect weather happening so far. And it's 21 degrees in the water, so a lot of the athletes, especially the internationals, they just said how beautiful and warm it is. So they'll be enjoying themselves. But we look our eyes now, we move up to the beach events, and we're going for that semi-final. So not finals just yet, but these athletes will have to try and book their ticket to the final later on today.
You're spot on there, Courts. I think we're chasing 4 for the top, off and away. Very quick in the centre there. Oscar Smith absolutely flying. He starts to wind up in lane number 5. And it looks like the man outside in Paul Boland as well starts to come through late. So the man from Mooloolaba, Paul Boland, he ran over the top of Oscar Smith there from the Kiwi team. 5 and 6 were probably the winners, and I think the man from Mooloolaba got it done, but he left it late. He left his run maybe to the final metres. Oscar Smith, he's part of that Kiwi team. He won the beach sprint earlier in the competition, and I think maybe he just put the handbrake on ever so slightly late in the game. But Paul Boland there, he did the job, and he'll be through to the final.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Top 4 will go through that A final, and the next 4 go through that B final. So this is always a nervous await with the beach sprinting, because you're not too sure. You're trying to eyeball people as soon as you come across the line, but you're not always exactly sure because you're obviously under a lot of fatigue at the end there. But we see there's Samuel Ross on screen. He's kind of shaking his head. He's not too sure.
I don't think any of them have all that much of an idea about where they finish, because it's just so tough for these gentlemen to look across. You're going full speed. It's all power, and as soon as you turn your head, technique goes out the window ever so slightly. Boland did a fantastic job. He drove all the way through. That's Pereira from Brazil there in number 8 at the top in the orange. Jet van der Wallen there, they were close. I think more of it was on that sort of that far side there. They were a little bit better than maybe the Noosa boys. Connor Lofton, normally very, very good from the home club, and we'll wait and see. I do not know. The judges, they're giving a few things, and Boland, he definitely got the job done there. You can see the celebration. He's into a World Championship final. He'll be very happy with that. Oscar Smith was in second place from the Kiwis there. So we've got 2 into the final. We wait and see who else will go through. And it looks like it is Jet van der Wallen there. High fives all around. So he will get himself a spot in the final. And I do not know who our 4th is. We'll have to wait and see. But that is quite semi-final number 1. We've got semi-final number 2 on the line. Closest to us at the bottom of the screen, that's Jake Stewart from Mollymook. Mitchell Williams-Swain from Coogin Headlands. That's the white cap with a blue star just above him. Michael Hanna from Allura, watch for him. Absolute speed demon. Ashton Neal in lane 4 from Mollymook. Brock Scrivener, that's him in 5 from Mollymook. The man in 6 from South Africa, Sam Boyson, he finished 3rd in the national team's beach sprint competition. An absolute flyer, the South African. Jamie Smith from Mollymook as well, so a huge contingent. Why not? They won the beach relay. And on the outside from Northcliffe, Jason Goff, very, very quick, but he didn't get off to the best start. In the centre, Ashton Neal from Mollymook, absolutely flying. Goff's coming as well. Michael Hanna late. Look at him stride out and away. And Michael Hanna, I don't think he got to top gear in that one there. I think he's got a little bit more to give, because it was the final 25 metres that proved the difference. What a run from the man from Allura. He looked very, very, very good for this final. Ashton Neal strong early as well.
Oh, absolutely. And he looks so relaxed. You could tell by his arms, his shoulders. He didn't look like he was tight. He didn't look like he was scrunching up. He just looked really relaxed. And, I mean, if you can save a bit of energy for that final coming up, it's absolutely perfect. But we've now got Ty Dowker. He's down there. He's got his feet in the sand. Ty, who have you got for us?
Yeah, what about this? Is semi-final winner number 1, Paul Boland. I've actually had to go and do some research. Now, at the Aussie titles last year, failed to make the final, but the last probably 6 months he's gone up and up and up in performance. He's a past 400 hurdle national champion as well. Mate, you must be happy with that semi-final win number 1.
Stoked. Tough race out there. It's hot and we've had 4 heats straight, so it's good to make the final.
It's ability to back up race after race after race, but confidence-wise, you must be feeling a bit confident going into this grand finale World Championship final.
I was really nervous, the heats, but it's good to get out there, win a few heats and build for the final. Hopefully get the job done.
Do it for the final, but also do it for the club of Mooloolaba. It's one of your past clubs there, Joshy, as well. Like, give us a bit of a rundown. Who you train with there at Mooloolaba, and a shout-out to the club.
Craig Parker, the coach. We've got the Masters squad I train with. Good bunch of fellas, quick fellas. And we're just going to go out there and do our best.
We'll go and do your best. Rip in. Final coming up. Best of luck. Mooloolaba on the charge. Semi-final winner number 1. Best of luck.
Thanks, Ty, and congratulations to Paul Boland. He won semi number 1. This is semi number 2. Have a look at Michael Hanna go. The acceleration through the centre there. I think he's got more to give, to be completely honest, because it wasn't great for the first sort of 10 or 15 metres, and then it was absolutely electric from 15 to about, well, I'd say 75. What a run, and Jason Goff goes flying at the end there. Gets a face full of sand for his trouble. Not exactly what you want. Women's beach sprinting up next, and we have the B final for the ladies. So these ladies were in the semis. They missed the final. We have Emily Carty in lane number 1. Maddie Kidd, she has been everything everywhere, both beach and water for the Northcliffe Club and New Zealand. Lara Davis from Mooloolaba as well, so they're on fire. Alex Rampoldi, former Australian and World Beach Flags champion from North Cronulla. Lily Alford from Surfers Paradise. Mia Spencer of Anglesey. Jordan Grills of Opunaki there from New Zealand, and a non-starter at the top, Peyton Williams from Mollymook. Off and away, the ladies. Very quick in the centre there from Rampoldi. She's got early speed. Alfred's coming for her very, very fast. At the bottom there, Emily Carty starting to wind up. Carty's got the jump on them. Alfred's coming very, very late. Emily Carty, maybe Davis as well from Mooloolaba there. Rampoldi, she had that beach flag speed early. You could see the acceleration in the first 15 metres, but just couldn't hang on. I think Carty got it done, but I've been wrong before.
I'm not even going to say who I thought that one in my eyes, but here we see the replay, and it kind of mixed up, didn't we? Had in the middle there, Alexander Rampoldi out there really strong, and then obviously Lily Alfred, she was up there right from the start, but then Emily Carty came through just at the good time at the end of that run.
Yeah, right there. Davis was late as well, Alfred. You can just see the stumble from Rampoldi. She knew she was done. Big smile on the face. Oh, maybe one on home soil for the home club. I do not know. Emily Carty, fantastic run there. Did a great job. The girls in the beach relay for Kurrawa yesterday, absolutely electric. They were on fire. They had a fantastic afternoon, and they did a really good job. B final win. It's no medal, but it's good points for the clubs. And Kurrawa is one of those clubs that will sort of be chasing that overall point score and that overall title. So this will be very, very good for them. That's the other reason we saw Maddie Kidd in there. She's been in 1,000 different events for BMD Northcliffe, just trying to rack up the points. Mooloolaba have been impressive. Was a club, as Ty said, formerly in. Haven't been involved there for a long, long time, but they do a good job down there, Reece Drury and the entire team. So big shout out to those guys there, and they're doing a good job. And I think it was Emily Carty gets the win there, and Lily Alford in second, and Davis in third. So that is the B final. Good points from all those ladies. Alex Rampoldi finished in 4th. Watch for her tomorrow when it comes to beach flags time. That is the important stuff. Down on the sand with our B final winner, Ty Dowker.
Yeah, it's all smiles down here, guys. Emily Carty, what about this? 9th fastest in the world of lifesaving, but on your home beach, pretty special.
So exciting. I mean, I was a little disappointed that I didn't get into the A final, but to come out 9th, it's awesome.
Super quality field, but also, yes, in the beach relay. You do go away with a gold medal in the beach relay. That's pretty special as a team as well.
Yeah, it was super, like a big high last night, so it's good to back it up today. But yeah, exciting.
Well, there you go. 9th best in the world, guys. Now the A final coming up. Well done, Emily.
Thank you.
Yeah, bittersweet there for Emily. She obviously quick enough to be in that A final, but there's only so many lanes. We just have these ladies. We'll run you through the start list. Bottom of the screen there, lane number 1 from Anglesey, Julia Phillips, Josie Holmes from Noosa in 2, Emily Rampoldi, sister, in 3, Chloe Mannix-Power, Jackie Lord and Holly Fraser of City of Perth, Brianna Irving from New Zealand at the top, and Olivia May from Kurrawa. On the far side, off and away, we're about to crown the beach sprint champion of the world. Have a look in the centre, Mannix-Power absolutely flying. Irving trying to go with her at the top there. Mannix-Power, Irving, Mannix-Power, Irving. Oh, the dip on the line. I don't know who got there. Julia Phillips, maybe the bronze from Anglesey. A big stumble on the far side there. Chloe Mannix-Power got out of that one like she was shot out of a gun. Unbelievable. But I think Brianna Irving over the top. That was, what a run. Have a look at Mannix-Power. The first 10 steps, she was lightning quick. Then Irving just came at her. Then Mannix-Power, then Irving again. Yeah,
it was a 2-horse race, wasn't it, out of the 2 of them? And wow, Chloe Mannix-Power coming off that win of the Storwell Gift as well. So she's had a great year so far. But Brianna Irving, she just really gave it all. She pushed her body right forward. And you can see that fall at the end there. And you could be right. It could have been Julia Phillips for Anglesey for the bronze medal to wrap up. But World Championships on the line at the moment, so we'll wait and see. This is, again, the nervous await, but if you were Chloe or Brianna right now, you would just be, what happened? Tell me, I want to know.
No idea at all. Brianna Irving, obviously part of that New Zealand team that finished runner-up in the national teams competition. She's had a massive program over the last 2 weeks and such a quick beach sprinter there. She had some real success in terms of the events there and a few disappointments as well. She was pretty fired up to come here and do really well. So a big performance on the back half of that beach sprint final from her, and it'll be good, interesting to see. We wait to see the result. I think Irving has got the job done there. We do not know just yet, but Chloe Mannix-Power, you've got to feel sorry for her. She was lightning fast across the beach. The judges, they're making their deliberations. They're going to head down there and let the athletes know, and it looks like Brianna Irving is the World Beach Sprint Champion. A fantastic performance from her, an absolute... Well, she's a wonderful person, a wonderful athlete, and an absolute role model for everybody out there. You love to see it. She's always got a smile on her face, and she's the fastest woman in the world on the beach, and that is something to be truly proud of.
Oh, and she looks so happy there, doesn't she? So big smile, and Ty's there. He's caught us straight after that answer of having that win there.
Yeah, it was a super close finish. He said to me, I wasn't sure if I got there, but it was the last 10 metres. But what about this? It's the national team's champion now, backed up with that Interclub for Waikani. Pretty proud moment for Brianna Irving.
Yeah, I'm absolutely stoked. I had absolutely no idea that I just won that. I thought actually Chloe got me on the line there, but had a really good last 10 metres, and yeah, super stoked with that one.
Yeah, great performance. But what about the program as well? It's a big program, obviously coming from the national teams. What have you done sort of in between programs to keep you at your peak?
Lots of ice baths, quite a bit of rest, a little bit of training, not too much though, but yeah, just rest and recovery. Let's
talk about the Cup. Waikani over there in New Zealand, pretty proud moment. Do you want to have a shout out down the lens to those at home as well?
Yeah, there's actually 3 of us that are here from Waikani, me, Seven, Mapu and Oscar Smith. We're all here racing from Little Old Gisborne, so yeah, massive thank you to Waikani.
There, Waikani, that's the way to go. There you go. What about our World Interclub champ also backing up for the teams last week? A huge congratulations, and our beach flags tomorrow. We're going to go?
Yeah, we are doing beach flags. Yup, last one.
Look out the world. Here she comes. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ty. And, well, the pronunciation of a couple of clubs, very tough for the team, that is for sure. Some we don't see all that often. Waikani, big shout out to all the Gizzy guys out there. They do a fantastic job, and they've come out in force, and what a performance. Oscar and now Brianna, fantastic job there. We'll see Oscar come up in a little while in that men's final. Chloe Mannix-Power from BMD Northcliffe. Julia Phillips of Anglesey in Victoria. So a big shout out to Anglesey. They've had some incredible athletes over the years, mostly sort of in the water, but they can produce on the beach, that's for sure. And Julia writes another chapter for that club as well. The rest of the field, fantastic performance just to make the final, to be the 8th fastest women in the world is something truly incredible.
Yeah, that was amazing. And as we heard from Brianna there, there'll be a lot of them will be backing up to do the beach flags tomorrow. So a lot of ice baths, I noticed she said there on her interview with Ty, and explosive athletes. They will get very sore, especially pounding away on that sand. So that one is one and done. So we'll wait and see. We've got a lot on the program, so we'll most likely head now to the water. I think we might be having actually the female board final coming up. We'll check on our program here, Josh.
Yeah, we're not too far away. Still the men's beach sprint final. I think there has been a protest put in from semi-final number 1, so we're just waiting for clarification of that one. Semi-final 1, that was Boland, Oscar Smith, Sam Ross, Jet Vanderwall and Will Adams at this point, but I think they're starting to roll them in. Let's take a look at the replay. That was the really tight first semi that we saw. Have a look at how quick those gentlemen are. Big run there from Boland, and it was sort of those minor places that we were just looking at, and it was being added into the live heats program. It was that one right there. It was very tight. This was semi-final number 2 and plenty of speed to burn in the centre of the screen there. Have a look at Michael Hanago. He's the defending Australian champion. He really wound up and absolutely delivered. He's a Kiwi. Originally he represented New Zealand at the last World Championships in 2022. Got a win in the national teams competition there. Didn't get the win in the Interclub Championship in 2018, the last time this event was held. That went to Jackson Simons, but he is not here today. So Michael Hanna, I guess you'd say the defending champ and looking to go back to back. Here with the ladies, Emily Carty gets it done in the B final there. You can see how close that one was. Orford from Service Paradise there. Lara Davies came through very quickly, very late in the game. And then that A final, what a run from Brianna Irving. You could see Mannix Power, the speed early, but it was through this centre section where that race was really won.
Yeah, it came down. Oh, it was so close at the end there, wasn't it? Very hard to call, but she just had that little, and she pushed herself, her chest forward. You just see the slow-mo there.
Dip.
She really wanted it, didn't she? And she committed so much that she just had that trip towards the end, but that doesn't matter. She got herself across the line and got the win, and now she can go back to Gisborne. I think that's actually where Olivia Corrin is from as well, to take home that World Championship.
Yeah, very strong part of the world in terms of surf sports. That is it, without a shadow of a doubt. A couple of the girls debriefing there with their coaches, team managers, friends and family after the finals, and then the crowd is building. If you are around the Gold Coast at the moment, get on down here to Kurrawa Beach, because there is the entire World Championship precinct down here, and we'd like to take a moment for a huge shout out to everybody who made this possible. Of course, Risk Intelligence, Kurrawa Surf Club, Race One Surfcraft, Ampol and Eventco, and on top of that, the councils, the governments, that everyone that sort of put this thing on the map and made sure that we can make it possible. Gold Coast City Council, Tourism and Events Queensland, obviously the Queensland government as well. A big shout out to all those people, and International Lifesaving. Without them, it wouldn't be possible. Our presenters, that is Surf Lifesaving Queensland. The guys from SLSQ do a fantastic job, and they have been absolutely incredible for the last 3 weeks. What a scene it is down here. We're not too far away from the men's B final of the beach sprint, and then we'll have the A final and straight into the water. The boys are back. They didn't get much rest at all. That's Jason Goff in the centre. He'll be pretty upset with not making the A final. He represented Australia last weekend as part of the national teams competition, just getting himself set and sorted for the B final. And I guess for him the pressure's off, but he's chasing points for Northcliffe in here, so we'll wait to see him go and just setting his blocks up. Not the blocks we usually see on the track. Obviously they dig them into the sand there, similar to the blocks on the beach, on the track. They dig them down and you sort of explode out of them there. Let's take a look at the start list for the Interclub Men's Open Beach Sprint Final. B final, sorry. Jake Stewart, Kai Thompson from Noosa, Ian Pedro Mendez Piera from Corpo de Bombarderos Militar de Santa Catarina, I hope I got that one right. Scrivener from Mollymook, Will Adams from Ocean Beach, Goth from BMD Northcliffe, William Swain from Coogin Headlands, and Loughnan from Kurrawa. Courtney, have you been in a B final? Is it bittersweet? You obviously want to perform, but you'd be disappointed you weren't in the A final.
I certainly wouldn't be making any beach finals, that's for sure. But
tell me about it.
But yeah, I think a little bit bittersweet. We heard one of the competitors before, say that, and a little bit disappointed that she didn't make the final. But 9th in the world, you've got to have a look at that, and for every athlete, you want to have that improvement. So it's learning, being a part of this world titles, and I guess having that goal to next time, then want to be a part of that A final. It really fuels the fire, I guess. But at the same time, it is the World Championships also for for the club that you're representing. So all those points add up and all of them matter.
And if you're wondering why the B finals are run, that is exactly it. We take the bottom half of both semis, put them together, figure out the order and allocate points to them there. And for a club like Northcliffe, who are right in the mix for this point score, they came off the pool competition. Obviously, the Interclub includes pool events and surf events. They came off that a long, long way down of the Italians, Rene Rosso. They're very, very good, the Italians in the pool, and they absolutely dominated. They would have 3-4 in those A and B finals in the pool. They scored a lot of points, and Northcliffe, I don't know if they can do enough to get back. They're currently leading the surf point score, but that's going to take a couple of huge afternoons. And to be honest, events like these, they're going to need to really score big in them. So for Jason Goff, this one's important in the Northcliffe club because they're going to have to drag a lot of points back on the Rene Rossi Italian team if they want to be world champions. And it's incredible to think with just 2 finals packages to go that there is a chance that the best surf club in the world is an Italian surf club. And it's happened in the past. The Italians have won, the South Africans have won, the Kiwis have won in the past as well. It's not that uncommon, but when you think surf sports, you think Australia. But Northcliffe, Currumbin, Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, Maroochydore, they've got their work cut out for them if they want to be the champs.
Yeah, they absolutely do. I remember a few years ago when I was racing for B&D Northcliffe, that Italian team, Rene Rossi, it came down to the last couple of when the
events,
when we had the ocean all first, and then we did the pool at the end, and it came down to a couple. You know, I had to actually did a B final for the 200 meter obs, and at every point really, really mattered. And it actually came down to, I think, Crystal Smith and myself, how we went in that event. It was
no
the
pressure
last
at
one.
all.
So
no
there
pressure
was
at
no
all.
pressure, and I think it was only one or 2 points. I'd have to check that, but it really came down to the end, and it was very, very competitive. So it looks like the same thing's happening again. But we love it. We're athletes. We're competitors. We love competition. And I think it's fantastic that a club all the way over in Italy is really, really, being very dominant at the moment.
And they're on fire. Absolutely. That is for sure. The pool events, of course, have finished. Go to liveheats.com if you want to check all the results from there. The B final, a couple non-starters. No Laughlin, no William Swain from Coogin. Stewart, Thompson, Piera, Scrivener, Adams, Goff, off and away on the far side. Goff absolutely flying. Have a look at this. Oh, he might have had a shocker in the semi, but he's delivered in the B final. Wins easy there. Will Adams maybe in second. Jake Stewart wouldn't have been too far behind, but we talk about rising to the occasion and doing everything he can to get points. Jason Goff has delivered big time for Northcliffe.
Oh, he certainly did. He looked a lot better, actually, in that run. And he'd be really, obviously, happy with that 9th in the world, but also disappointed he didn't get to that top 8. You can kind of see him at the moments a little bit bittersweet. And you saw here he almost kind of was so disappointed. He really put all that energy into this run. And look, he's looking like he, obviously definitely should have been in that A final.
He looked like he should have been in the race before. He was that far in front at one stage. The 2 boys, Stewart and Adams, really came at him late. They started to build through that one very, very nicely. I think they'll get 2nd and 3rd. Kai Thompson in the pink togs will finish in 4th place. And that is a very, very tired Jason Goff. He is a great young lad as well, and not a good competitor, a great competitor for a very, very long time. He's been the heart and soul of a few clubs there at Northcliffe at the moment. I knew him for a long time ago at Mooloolaba. He was a great young lad, and he continues to deliver, collecting points there, and he's done his job for the BMD Northcliffe club, and shouldn't be too far away from hearing from him down on the beach. But we're just handing out the medals in that B final. Will Adams in 2nd, Stewart in 3rd, Thompson, Pereira and Scrivener. That's your top 6. Ty Dowker, you're with Jason Goff, who looks like he left his best run to last.
Yeah, got Jason Goff, a massive program, obviously a part of the Australian team, and performed exceptionally well last weekend. Obviously just short in the semi-final, but a true test of character is how well you bounce back, and mate, that was a good run there, obviously in the B final.
Yeah, it was a bit just disappointing. It's just a massive program, but I guess the points are all that matter, and then
Northcliffe obviously leading the point score as well. And I know tomorrow, I love watching your flags. Obviously fell just short by 1 to Shogun, Horry last week, but big stage, big moment tomorrow. That'll be a special one to get up and about for the flags tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. That's sort of my event, so just got to get home and rest up and try to be ready to go for tomorrow.
Reset, recharge, and get ready to rip in. There you go, guys. Jason Goff, he'll be back tomorrow ready to go. Well done.
He'll be an absolute shot in that one, that is for sure. Results of the B final: Jason Goff of Northcliffe, Will Adams from Ocean Beach, Stuart Thompson, Pereira, Scrivener, William Swain and Connor Laughlin did not start. They'll save themselves. Beach flags tomorrow. But before that, we have our A final, the Open Men's Beach Sprint Championship of the world, the 8 fastest men on the sand, and we're about to find out who is the quickest. Oscar Smith of Waikanae in New Zealand, Samuel Boyson of Clifton in South Africa, Jamie Smith of Mollymook in New South Wales, Australia, Boland of Mooloolaba on the Sunshine Coast, Jet van der Wallen of South Maroubra in Sydney, Sam Ross of Noosa Heads up on the Sunshine Coast, Michael Hanna, I think the favourite from Allura, down in the Cronulla area of Sydney, and Ashton Neal of Mollymook on the south coast of New South Wales. Mollymook were the beach relay champions. They'll be very, very hard to beat here. Watch for the men on the outsides. Off and away in the centre there. Have a look at Michael Hanna start to wind up in lane number 7. Early speed from Boyson on the bottom side, but here comes Hanna. Here comes Michael Hanna. Oh, maybe Oscar Smith on the edge there. His last 10 metres was absolutely incredible. And could we have 2 winners from the same club in the beach sprint? Michael Hanna shoots straight across to see Oscar Smith, and I thought Hanna was just going to go away from it, but Oscar Smith from Waikanae flew home. That was an unbelievable final 10 metres.
That was incredible. They looked like they were neck and neck for pretty much 3/4 of the way down. But then, just at the end, that Michael Hanna from Allura, it's going to be so tight. Look at that.
He looks across there, doesn't know. Down at the bottom there, Ashton Neal cops a face full of sand. This is the finish there. Oscar Smith closest to us, Michael Hanna there. The angle's not great, and I could not pick it if I wanted to. Ashton Neal or maybe Boyson from Clifton, I do not know. The cameras are looking at Michael Hanna, but that doesn't mean a whole lot because, yes, he gets it. Michael Hanna, he's the Australian champion, and now he's the world champion. What a performance. Back-to-back world championship titles. He got it done for New Zealand in 2022. He's come back in 2024 and got it done for Allura. What a performance there. Absolutely unbelievable run from Michael Hanna. Second place will be Oscar Smith from Waikanae, and Ashton Neal from Mollymook rounds out the bronze. Ty Dowker is with our back-to-back defending champion, Michael Hanna of Allura.
Yeah, I love that back-to-back champion. Talk about Australian champ, now world champ, mate. It's on the full globe at the moment. Proud moment for yourself, but also a proud moment for Allura Club.
Definitely a proud moment. Always loved competing for Allura. Competed there all my life. I'm just stoked to get the win for them at Worlds.
Talk about the win, obviously super quality as well. Oscar's flying, the young boy coming through, obviously representing the New Zealand club as well. But coming in, you're probably the favourite. That put a bit of more extra pressure and nerves into this calibre of racing at world titles.
I think it always plays in your mind a little bit. Obviously, after winning Aussies was great, and then trying to back it up for Worlds, even better. But I knew Oscar was flying, I knew Jamie was flying. All the boys did really well, and obviously back-to-back runs in this was super tough. Just glad to get the win.
It's a little bit of an endurance category, isn't it, after you've got to back up with your heats as well? But obviously, proud moment, mate, for the Allura Club. Quick shout-out to those in your stable to help you. It's important about surrounding yourself with good people. So getting yourself here today, and you're the world champ.
Yeah, it's always great having Allura. Everyone always comes out and supports me, which is awesome. Get the wateries down as well, which is just great. Just the whole club in general. Chrissy Davis as well, helping out. Mum, Dad, everyone supporting me and just keeping me going. So.
Aussie champ medal and probably the photo up in the club. Now the world medal, mate, and the world photo on the club. I love to see your pool room. It's starting to build up, isn't it?
Sorry, the pool.
Your pool room, straight to the pool room.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good. So just happy to race, happy to be here, and just really stoked. So.
There you have it, guys. Our world champ. Well done. Congrats.
Thank you. Thanks.
Michael Hanna there, a very grateful and a very happy world championship. That is the final result. Impressive. He's got speed to burn.
Yeah, he was so impressive. He was very humble and very grateful towards his interview. He, very lovely there. But hey, I'll tell you what, he's lovely off when he's not running, but when he's out there, I'll tell you what, he's explosive, and he put it all out there, and that was unreal.
Yeah, very serious there. Oscar Smith, great job. So the Kiwi's on fire at the moment, even though Hanna's racing for the Allura Club. He's a Kiwi there. And Ashton Neal from Mollymook, another great performance. Small club down on the south coast of New South Wales. Beautiful part of the world, but a rich history of surf sports, especially on the sand. Some of the best beach sprinters of all time have come out of Mollymook, and this generation is no different without a shadow of a doubt. From the sand to the surf, it is time for the first of our water finals this afternoon, and this will be one of the best on the program without a shadow of a doubt. The Open Women's Board Race Final. We are about to find out who is the fastest in the world on a paddleboard, and this is a star-studded lineup. Courtney Hancock, you've been here before, you've been in this one. How hard is it to win a board race?
Oh, it's got to be mistake-free and it's got to be perfection. So that's the way I'd go with this. Look, looking at the semi-finals and quarters, Annalise Kibble has been on fire. So you'll see pace. She's over in number 1 over there, Lily O'Sullivan and Brodie Trinker. They're in that 6 and 7. I think we're going to see a lot of pace. Well, Lily O'Sullivan, her starts have been incredible. Obviously, Georgia Miller, Carly Nerthen in the middle there, Tiani Massey. But then we move over to the other side. Lizzie Wellborn, number 15. Look out for her on the yellow board. She might not be... She kind of brings her pace towards the end, or the back end of the race.
Into it,
yeah, but watch out for her on that yellow board.
And she had a fantastic ski race yesterday. Emma Woods alongside her as well. Her sister is the junior world board champion. Ty Dowker down on the beach. You're in the thick of the action at the moment. How have conditions changed over the last 15 minutes?
Yeah, thanks, guys. The conditions have changed a little bit. Obviously, that wind's got up, but also the tide's gone out. And just looking on the shoreline here, there are a lot of potholes. Now, I look at the lineup here. There's some really good raw speed on the right-hand side of Trinker and Lizzie Wellborn as well, and Electra Outram. My only concern for them is they're a little lumpy running in with these potholes, but also got to fight their way back to that first can. So I expect a bit of speed right-hand side. I'll tell you what, it's on. It's a quality field, and a number of girls can take out the world champs.
You are spot on. That is sure, without a shadow of a doubt. There's a lot of quality here. A couple of sort of young up-and-comers as well. Millie Derbyshire, we're used to seeing her older sister Lucy really do her thing, and Neve Sharp from Coogin Headlands. Watch for those girls. They're right next to Trinker and Wellborn. Emma Woods closest to us. Wellborn, Morgan Trinker, Derbyshire, Neve Sharp, Tiani Massey as they work their way. And Carly Nerthen, one of your paddlers, Courtney, the defending world champion from 2018. She came so close in the ski yesterday. But let's take a look. It looks like Lily O'Sullivan in the centre there has gone off to an absolute flyer. Brodie Trinker alongside her. Carly Nerthen off quick as well. And Georgia Miller's in the mix. So is all the centre of that field with O'Sullivan flying through. And here comes Georgia Miller. Carly Nerthen's off at the back there. And the big three, Georgia Miller, Brodie Trinker, the Australian champion, and Lily O'Sullivan, the former junior world champion, are in 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah, Lily O'Sullivan, she's been the quickest throughout the quarters, semis, the quickest all day, but we'll wait to see Georgia Miller. She's just moving up there, and there we see that yellow board. Lizzie Wellborn's really going to get to work. The longer Lizzie's out there, the better she will get. She's also got Tiani Massey not too far away as well. There's Electra Alsham as well, but Georgia Miller, Brodie Trinker and Lily O'Sullivan looking very good at the moment.
Electra Outram, you spot on there, tucked in very nicely on the edge. Georgia Miller's going to start to come across to the left-hand side. She's going to bring Trinker and Lily O'Sullivan there. Lizzie Wellborn's going to try and jump on her side wash as they head into that first can. There's two of the girls on the far side, maybe Scully and Annalise Kibble, really trying to do it on their own, but it's going to be very tough for them to get in front. Lily O'Sullivan trying to challenge Georgia Miller as they head towards that first can, but it's still Miller in front in the centre. Lizzie Wellborn, the rating goes up. She knows it's go time. You've got to be first to that first can. She doesn't want to get a jam as Lily O'Sullivan responds to her move.
Absolutely. Lizzie Wellborn has worked really, really hard to get herself back into this race. She saw Lily O'Sullivan just pick that pace up a little bit and she thought, no, you're not going to cut off me. So she's really made her way there up on those knees. Everyone else is generally laying down a little bit and having a little bit of a breather, but we just see Lizzie Wellborn going now. It'll be interesting to see whether she has a little bit of a breather, then picks up on her knees when she turns that last apex can.
Wellborn, absolute perfection as she hits that first can. There's a jam on there, so it's Wellborn, Miller, Lily O'Sullivan, Electra Outram, Trinker, Tiani Massey flying up the inside, Hannah Scully, Emma Woods as well, starting to go to work with plenty of work to do if she wants to get back into it. But as they turn for home, it's Lizzie Wellborn, and watch her go. The gap opens up to Georgia Miller. Electra Outram starting to loom up on the inside, and Lily O'Sullivan still there. They're close enough if they're good enough, but they've got to catch Lizzie Wellborn, who turns and starts to make the run back to the beach.
Yeah, you just saw Georgia Miller just really try to get that inside on Lizzie, but Lizzie's up and about, and remember Lizzie, we haven't seen a winner in Australian title or a world championship yet, so I was speaking to her mum just before this race, and yeah, she really wants it. She's been looking the goods all day, but this is the moment. This is is where those little runners, we spoke about joining the dots up. You want to keep joining. You don't want to get in the trough. As I say that, Lizzie Wellborn, she's just trying to connect those dots.
It's 3 board lengths for Wellborn. She's been the bridesmaid in the last 10 years in the board race. She's been so good, but hasn't managed to get it done at the top level. Could today be today? There's 5 board lengths, but a wave coming through. A wave out the back. Will any of the back markers get it? Trinker starts to run. Lily O'Sullivan starts to run down as well. O'Sullivan's going to come up alongside Lizzie Wellborn. No, she's going to go straight past her. Lily O'Sullivan into the lead. So it's O'Sullivan in 1, Wellborn in 2, Tiani Massey in 3, Georgia Miller a long, long way to the north, starting to work her way back with a few runners. And O'Sullivan's got another one. That run might turn into a wave. Bang, bang, Lily O'Sullivan, 2 runners, and it might be a world title. She was the junior world champion. She might be the senior world champion, but Wellborn's come back. We're in for a sprint finish.
Oh my goodness, it is going to be a sprint finish. We know both of these girls are fast. Lizzie's just got a little bit longer legs, but Lily O'Sullivan definitely has the speed. They both had a little rest on that wave, so here we go. Lily O'Sullivan might just be a little bit in front at the moment.
O'Sullivan was up first. O'Sullivan's got the jump. She's going to get it done there. Lily O'Sullivan from Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, the fastest on the way home, claims the World Championship, and the silver for Lizzie Wellborn. The run home, I think it might be Morgan Trinker that gets there from Brody Trinker across, so the sisters battling it out for 3rd and 4th. That's a great result for both those ladies. Hugs all around for Lily O'Sullivan. Heartbreak for Lizzie Wellborn. She did everything right, but what about those 2 runners from Lily O'Sullivan were absolutely incredible. She went bang, bang, and it was all over.
That's exactly like a shotgun. She really took it out. And those 2, as we look at the replay, Lizzie and both Lily O'Sullivan have been in form all day on the board. If you watch the heats, quarters and semis, those 2 have been up the front every single time. Lily O'Sullivan with that beautiful start, incredible, her power, and then Lizzie Wellborn to do the work to get herself up to the front onto the inside. It was incredible. But we'll go down to Ty Dowker. He has our world champion, Lily O'Sullivan.
Yeah, I haven't only got Lily-O here, I've got Mum Jackie as well, and I think the smiles on the dial say it all. Lily O'Sullivan, you're the world board champion. How's that feel?
That sounds so crazy. I really didn't expect that at all. We've been working hard as a squad at Burleigh on our board in the off-season, so I guess that's paid off. So, yeah, I'm so excited.
We go back 2 years ago, was or thereabouts, and you dominated as a junior. You won a lot of the youth world championships. 12 months, had a bit of injury and illness as well. You're in a dark place, but it's the way you bounce back. Must be pretty proud of the way you manage that.
Yeah, I'm so proud of how far I've come from last season. It was a bit mentally tough just getting into the first year of Opens and finally racing those girls, not having my own age group to fall back on. But yeah, I'm so stoked of how I bounced back.
The way you bounced back, we saw that in the heat this morning as well. You start this morning, I said to Josh Minogue, she's absolutely flying. And what about Mum? It's a proud moment to go through the journey. I know Dad's been injured as well, so there's been plenty happening in the house, but it's a proud family, isn't it, those Sullivans?
So proud. I could not be prouder. She works so hard and is just so committed and determined. Yeah, always proud.
World Board Champion, a quick shout out, because I know Brucey, mate, and all the crew from Burleigh will be there watching down the lanes. Quick shout out to all the Burleigh crew.
Yeah, massive shout out to the Burleigh crew, the patrons, the club members, everyone. We're so stoked.
There you go, our champ, Lily O'Sullivan.
Yeah, what a performance. She absolutely dominated the World Championship, World Junior Championships a couple of years ago and won more gold medals than she knew what to do with. I think it was 8 gold medals or 9 gold medals over the week there. And it's a big jump into open competition. I had a conversation with a couple of girls from that age group earlier today. They're all born around that 2004, 2005. As about as good as age group as we've ever had in surf sports, and Lily O'Sullivan was at the front of that. I think there's 11 or 12 girls in that 1 year who were in the Nutrigrain Iron Woman series already, and they're only just into open competition. Lily O'Sullivan, she's now the best on the planet in terms of board paddling. Super special.
Oh, so special. And you saw how happy she was with that beautiful smile on her face. And absolutely, when you're in an age group like that growing up, it really pushes you to be better. And just a little backstory about Lily O'Sullivan. Her mum said she worked so hard. They live across the border, Cabarita, Kingscliff area. Yep. So she moved across to be with Kingy, Michael King there to be with Burleigh. She was travelling from Kingscliff, Cabarita area to Burleigh every single day to come and train. So she's committed, she's put the hard work, she's been doing that for years, and she's just come out and she is a world board champion.
And you've got to feel sorry for Lizzie Wellborn as well. She did everything right in that one. We're just waiting for the final confirmation of the results there, but I think it was Morgan Trinker who got there in front of her sister, Brodie Trinker. So the Trinker family on fire. From the women's board race to the men's surf ski final, this is one that I am really looking forward to. We are not just looking at the best ski paddlers in the world. We are just looking at some of the best paddlers in the world. Lane number 1 from North Burleigh, Murray Stewart, 2012 Olympic gold medalist in the K4. Absolutely unbelievable. He's not the only Olympic medalist in this one either. We have Riley Fitzsimmons, Paris 2024 silver medalist in the K4 there as well. And Jackson Collins, a silver medalist in the same boat as Riley Fitz. So in this final, we have 3 Olympic medalists, 1 gold, 2 silver, a couple of young guns who are doing the kayaking thing, sort of pushing towards that as well. Maguire Reid from Newport, watch for him. He's very good on the boat as well. The board race champion from yesterday, absolute superstar in Jet Kenny, the Australian champion in Benny Carberry, and then a lot of guys who'd love to knock off some of these big names and collect themselves a world title. It is one of the toughest races in surf sports to win. Your guess is as good as mine. There's plenty of speed all over the place. Who do you like in this one, Courtney Hancock?
Yeah, just looking at the women's board, Lily O'Sullivan, she really drew in the middle there. I like the looks of the middle. You got Benny Carberry riding number 9 there. Jackson Borg not too far out. Matt Bevilacqua, Maguire Reid, and then we've got Riley Fitzsimmons in the middle as well. So I like that area. We've got Jackson Collins. He's more over to the south side next to Joe Collins, but I'm liking that Carberry. Obviously Riley in there. That's the area I think they're going to shotgun through the middle, and as we saw with the women's board, that was the best position.
Yeah, spot on. Let's take a look at the final results there. O'Sullivan, Wellborn and Trinker collected the medals. Brodie Trinker gets the chocolate medal in 4th place and the back seat in the car on the ride home. Annalise Kibble, great paddler there. Didn't see much of her early on, but she came home like an absolute steam train. Miller was in the mix, Rogers and Massey, Scully and Corrin. They were all on that next wave, an absolute sprint up the beach. Electra Outram 3rd around the Cairns. That's how tough it can be. 1 or 2 waves can shake this up. Harris, Derbyshire, Sharp, Woods and Carly Northern, we saw her come off at the start, and that was all over Red Rover for her. You've got to be proud of Carly Northern. A couple of years out of the sport, doing other things, building a business, a couple of other sort of endeavours. She comes back, finishes 2nd in the ski race yesterday, in the thick of it in the board final today. And I can imagine she'll be in those Ocean M relays tomorrow afternoon as well for the Half Moon Bay team. Down on the beach, Ty Dowker, we've got a little bit of a delay down there, and those big boys on the skis will be getting antsy before the final, won't they?
Yeah, this is really exciting. Now, we mentioned all the Aussies. Now, there's one, Jada Murphy as well, representing Mount Maunganui from New Zealand. And I love how they go about, they approach their line-up here. Just looking across the lines at the moment, we've got Jada Murphy and Flying Pat from Sereno of WA. They're having a bit of a laugh. Then you've got Jet Kenny there with Erskine, and also Ollie there as well from the Black Swans and Richard, all having a bit of a chin wag and a smile. And then standing alone are 2, make that 3-man mountains. Ben Carberry on his own. Don't usually see that in Ben shaping up, but obviously Carbs is coming off the Aussie win as well. And Riley Fitz was tucked at the back. He's now been joined by Matt Bevilacqua and Joey Collins, but in his eyes, before those 2 boys joined him, you see this is one event he really wants to win. Then we come over to the man who's on his own as well, and I tell you what, he's an absolute man mount, and that Jackson Collins, to me, that's the danger man. I like the right-hand side. If he gets out, he's big, he's strong, and he'll come home in the last third, Jackson Collins.
Yeah, we're just looking at Jackson Collins on screen there. That's him, the yellow, white and blue cap of Kurrawa. Standing next to him, Jake Morrison. There'd be sort of 8 years difference between them, and maybe 25 kilos as well. You can tell the difference. Jakey Morris on the left, he's an up-and-coming kayaker, Ironman as well. Jacko Collins there, he's an Olympic silver medalist, and that is what sort of an extra 5 or 6 years worth of just pure gym work and strength and conditioning can do for you on a kayak. Morris can fly, don't get me wrong, it's just the difference between an up-and-coming junior athlete and one of the big boys at the absolute top of the sport. When they get in that K4 at the Olympics, they can truly move that thing, and they came, I think it was just 0.01 or 0.02 of a second behind the Germans who collected the gold. One of our Ironmen there, Jackson Borg, he is in the final, and a few of the Iron competitors have made their way in this final, and a few of the pure ski paddlers. So from left to right there, Jet Kenny, Ollie Monaghan, Ben Carberry, Matt Bevilacqua in the top. He's probably annoying Riley Fitz more than anything. Joey Collins would be definitely. Couple Ironmen there, a couple of pure ski paddlers. it takes all types to get in a ski race, and that's what makes it difficult, because you can have those pure ski paddlers, the kayak guys come out. You've got the Ironmen who are pretty darn good when it comes to it as well. And the longer this one goes on, the more the tension builds, the bigger the nerves get, and the more we start to get a bit twitchy, and that start will get harder and harder and harder for these athletes. So we can see Riley Fitz there just stretching the legs. Bevel Aqua trying to stay out of the sun, a big program, and we're just trying to get that finishing shoot almost perfect. And big shout out to all the officials as well, making this event possible for us down here on Kurrawa Beach. Without the Kurrawa workforce and all the officials, it would not be possible. And we just want to make sure we get it right, because these skis finishes, they're so tight. 3, 4, 5 skis across the line at the same time. Super difficult and very, very close. And if you get it wrong, you only really get one shot at it, don't you?
You get one shot. And that's what you were talking about before, about the experience, about, you know, and Jake Morris being an up-and-comer, and Jackson being against Jackson Collins, who is very experienced. So there's those little moments, you know, they know how to finish those experienced men. They know how to start. They know how to creep forward, all those little bits and pieces. And as we saw the Open Women's, one of the most dramatic finishes I've personally ever seen in the sport, of our sport, should I say, sorry. It was full on, and it came, 10 minutes it took the officials. So we may see the same with the men's as well. But yeah, the lineup is impressive. And as we saw before, we just saw, a few of the athletes are doing all different things. Some were sitting down, some were shaking their legs, some were smiling, having a bit of a chat. Others were going for a little bit of a jog. Every athlete's different, so it's, we're not too far away, but we'll go through and we've got a few of the morning highlights.
Yeah, here they were very good this morning. That's Riley Fitz in the centre there. Tommy May next to him, and Jakey Morris as well, maybe Mitchie Morris there, sorry, alongside. You can see the push and shove. Both those boys in 1 and 2 will be in the final. Here's Riley Fitz out in front. He had a little bit of drama keeping it straight this morning, but the big fella spent the last, I'd say 8 or 9 months purely preparing for the flats of Paris, and it's really difficult to come out here in these conditions and bounce around. You can see how tight some of those finishes were. That is for sure. The defending champion is Keeling of South Africa, not here. Second place was Norden Sparman of Germany. Kendrick Louis, not here either, from Australia, finished in bronze. The defending Interclub champion, because we haven't had the Interclub championship since 2018, is the man in the middle, Riley Fitz of BMD Northcliffe. He may have been at Avoca back then. So Riley Fitz looking to go back to back here at the Interclub titles. That's Jackson Collins out in front. You can see how big he is on a ski. That is pure power. And those shoulders, they can make a ski move better than anyone. You can see them starting to fly home out in front there. Benny Carberry as well. Back to the start. They're starting to float their boats, and they'll be in the starters' hands. Courtney Hancock, the start of a ski race, it's not important. That's where it's won and lost, isn't it?
It is. You can imagine even, with a board start, the board race, we saw how important that start was. Lily O'Sullivan ended up being crowned our world champion, and she had the quickest start. So that's a good example. But here we're off for a start for the ski.
Off and away the top side. Murray Stewart absolutely flying on the blue. 2 inside from him. Jaden Erskine, the man with the mullet. Look at him go. He's cut through those little bumps like absolute a knife through butter, and he's off and away. Maguire Reid with the yellow cap getting into his work along with Benny Carberry. There's a line of men absolutely hammering on the way out, but it's the Olympic gold medalist from 2012, Murray Stewart, and Jaden Erskine of Currumbin. He's starting to hold on in the middle. He'll go to the lead, and the rest of the boys will file in alongside him. Wenman from Mermaid is working his way, just drifting back at the moment, actually, as Jackson Collins comes up alongside with Patrick Ellie. So it's Stewart from Erskine there. Collins not too far away either. Jakey Morris in 4th place with LA as well.
Yeah, Jackson Collins is just trying to make his move at the moment, but he just got a few little bumps bounced up in the air. And then Joe Collins is in a really nice spot at the moment. He's just getting a little wash there. Benny Carberry, he's really desperately trying to make some meters up.
Yeah, you're spot on there. Still Murray Stewart. Erskine's maybe hurting a little bit. The pace is too high. Jackson Collins, he almost stopped paddling for a second there, and have a look at Ben Carberry, the white ski with the pink nose, starting to work his way through the middle. The man from Sorrento, Patrick Ellie, on the outside. He's going to really jam on the cans. Erskine. Big dramas for Erskine. The boys around the outside are going to make up ground. They're handing it to Murray Stewart. He's now 4 ski lengths in front out on his own. Erskine couldn't get around. The rest of the field jammed up. Murray Stewart is out on his own, and the Olympic gold medalist will never get a better opportunity at winning a world title. He turns for home. Here comes LA. He gets a few runners down alongside him, and this race is on.
Yeah, that was insane what happened there. And you said that at the start, how important is it to get a good start. that's exactly why you need a good start, because it doesn't have to be you that takes yourself out. It can be other people as well. And you just see there's Matt Bevilacqua in the corner there. He's really trying to clitching, and then we also see Jackson Collins. Sorry, this is still on.
Patrick Ellay has gone straight past Murray Stewart. He's from Sorrento. He's been training out here on the Gold Coast for the last couple of weeks. He has a massive lead. Bevilacqua, Ben Carberry, Jackson Collins and Murray Stewart are all on the wave behind, but they're chasing the man from the west. He came so close in the board race yesterday. Can he get it done in the ski? He said he hadn't been training that hard on the ski lately, but he might be the world champion. He's closing in on the final. Bevilacqua, Collins, Carberry, they're in the race for second and third, but it's going west. The gold medal's going to go to Sorrento. Patrick Ellay, what a performance. He is the world champion, and doesn't he love it? Jackson Collins in second, Ben Carberry in third. High fives and smiles all round, and what about that one? He exploded off that final cam, blew past the Olympic gold medalist, and he is the champion of the world.
Oh, and he's happy about it, and good on him. He was able to not only get the World Championships, but he was able to claim it as well. And coming from Sorrento in the west, as you said, they love that wind over there, so he definitely made the most of it. And just that bunch up at the can, he got a little sniff, and he took it, and look where he went with it.
Michael Booth and the team over there at Sorrento do a fantastic job in WA, so a big shout out to all our West Australians. Let's take a look at the start. Murray Stewart at the top. Jaden Erskine went absolutely flying off the beach. That end was definitely the best of it so far. It was just there when they hit the lead.
Yeah, it certainly was. It really spread out here, wasn't it? And then you saw that you had the likes of Ben Carberry really had to make his move up. And as we move forward, we're getting closer. Murray Stewart, he just perfected that. He really stretched out. You saw Erskine just drop back a little bit, and this is where the chaos all happened.
You can see as the boys from behind push up on Erskine, it's not really his fault. He can't get a paddle in, he can't get around. It's absolutely chaos, and I thought at this point this was Murray Stewart's to lose, but have a look at the West Australian. He got a sniff and thought, I don't care how many Olympic gold medals you have, I'm coming for this world title. 2 runners, 3 runners, just like that. And he went straight past him there, and you can see in the background Collins, Bevilacqua, Ben Carberry, they're coming for him, and he cuts across on that one, does such a fantastic job to get back to that finishing line. Very tight finishing line down there, and we'll take a look at him cruising across. Ty Dowker, we spoke to him this morning. He said, I don't know how well I'm ski paddling. Well, he's paddling well enough to be world champion. Patrick Ellay from Sorrento.
What about this, Patrick Ellay? He just said to me, I can't believe this. Wow. You are the world ski champion for 2024. I think the smile says it all. Yesterday, let's go back 24 hours. That board race, phenomenal. I actually texted you last night and said, mate, that was a phenomenal effort. If the waves run me that way, and he said, surf, surf. How's this? Pretty fitting, isn't it, ski champ?
Yeah, awesome. I couldn't believe it, really. I had Mutz to my left. We got a really good start, and then Jaden too. Got a nice little washout, and then sort of snuck around relatively untouched, and yeah. I love this stuff coming in. It's obviously the same to WA, like that sou'wester, so sort of licking my lips coming in second there.
We mentioned this morning about they do it west and the best in terms of chasing runners. It's bread and butter, this sort of stuff for you, isn't it, in terms of home at Sorrento?
Yeah, it's like, well, we get this sort of wind every arvo, so we train it every day. Just super stoked. Want to thank Michael back home, Michael here, Mum, Dad, everyone, yeah, just super happy I could do it for him.
That's a Booth and a King as well. And Fergus Morgan, you've been staying with him, and I said to him this morning, I said, mate, what about Pat? He's flying on the board. And Ferg said to me, he goes, you know what, Ty? He's a better ski paddler. And you just proved that. You are the world champion, mate. Quick shout out down the line to those back at home in Sorrento.
Yeah, thanks everyone at Sorrento. Also want to say thanks to my flatmates, Ferg, Soraya, and Lily too. You know, we had a chat yesterday. She said, just forget about it, move on, really helped me through it. So thanks to those guys. I couldn't do without them as well, and Mum too.
What about the home mates? Lily O'Sullivan just won the board. He's been rooming over here for a couple of months. So Lily O'Sullivan, obviously, with Soraya and Fergus World. 2 world champions in the house. And is this Mum?
Yeah, I'm Jackie too.
Another Jackie as well. How you feeling?
Oh, that was just absolutely fantastic. You know, Pat's been working so hard for the last few years, but he's had a really good support network around him. As Pat said, he's had Michael Booth back in Sorrento there, and the whole club culture there has been amazing. And then here with Michael King and the Burley King, honestly, absolutely fantastic. So really thankful for all that support he's had. I'm so proud.
Well, get in there, give him a cuddle, give him a kiss. There you go, our world champ, Pat from Sorrento, the world champ. Well done, back to you guys.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job, and Michael Booth, one of the best coaches, but one of the best downwind paddlers, ski paddlers as well in the business, and the knowledge he's imparted there certainly come into play, and obviously Kingy on the Gold Coast has done a great job in the last couple of weeks as well. Nobody's better in the business than those two gentlemen. Huge congratulations to all the coaches and the connections. What a paddle, what a race.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. He looks so composed and relaxed. He looks like he's led everything, and oh wow, look at that, the emotion. You know, he couldn't believe it at the end there. I love that. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and what this race will do for him. This will be a moment he'll remember for the rest of his life. And I do also love the replay back then. We just saw Jackson Collins and also Matt Bevilacqua. They're steely-eyed. They were trying hard to come for him, and I love that about athletes. They never give up, and they keep coming no matter what.
Yeah, you're spot on there. That one will be very tight. It might take a little bit of time to get those final results there, but as far as I could see, maybe Jackson Collins in second, Benny Carberry in third. He proves that Australian title was no fluke. Bevilacqua, he finds a way, and I know I'm biased, but he finds a way to get it done in these ski races. He's got a fourth of the Australian Championships and a fourth of the World Championships on the ski, and as all Ironmen, Ironwomen know yourself, it's really tough to be that good at a single event, especially in this ski race. So that's a great result for him. He'll be very, very happy with that one. You got to feel for Murray Stewart. He did everything right on the way home. Maybe just ran out of gas a little bit in terms of those runners. Jaden Erskine, I spent a bit of time with Jaden Erskine at a charity fun run a couple of weeks ago, and he did a fantastic, he ran 75k in a day. Just around the cans, he got a jam from behind, couldn't get the ski round. He's paddling as good as I've ever seen Jaden Erskine paddle. That was unbelievable from him, and he'll be back without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, he looks, I reckon he's going to have a phenomenal season ahead of him. And yeah, on screen straight after, he looked happy about it, you know, great sportsmanship. So a lot of these men, you know what I mean, they know how this is run and done, and sometimes it doesn't go your way and sometimes it does, but we're not too far away from the Open Women's Surf Race. And when I look at the lineup here, I was talking about where I felt the pace came from. Georgia Miller in number 3 there. Look at her. She's so consistent in her surf swimming. Very, very, very good. We moved down into the middle. Lily O'Sullivan is on form, and again, very, very fast. Naomi Scott in number 24 there. I feel Emma Woods has been swimming very well, and she's, but as we move to lane number 20, Lani Pallister is going to be very hard to beat, because not only can she swim, she can run very fast as well.
Lani Pallister is, in my opinion, alongside with yourself, maybe the best surf swimmers to ever do it in terms of the ladies. And I put you in there, I put a couple other ladies, but Lani Pallister, for pound, she's the world short course champion over 4, 8 and 1500. She's the Olympic gold medalist in the 4x200 freestyle relay at the Olympics in Paris. And she got herself a 4th place, I think it was, in the 1500. Didn't have the Olympic Games she wanted. Couldn't do the 4, couldn't do the 800. Had a bit of the spicy cough. This one, it seems like it'd be hers to lose, and she is the defending champion. But we've seen stranger things in surf, and that's what we absolutely love. A full start list: Summer Short, Dom Stitt, Georgia Miller, Charlotte Cross, Wellborn, Finardi, Sarah Locke. Watch for her. She's good, young, up-and-comer. Soraya Lee, roommate of Pat Ely there. Pippa Nickel from Mount Maunganui, Michaela Smith of Half Moon Bay, Bella Williams of Crooks Hill, Claudia Rose Slavin from Burleigh, Kimbo Doyle, Charlotte Davey, Fenella Gibbs-Beale, Caitlin Irwin, Corin Tazaki, Hollyman, Pallister, Gemma Smith-Welsh, Talano O'Sullivan, Scott. She'll be good. Kibble, Chelsea Jones has been everything. Holly Main from USA, LA County Lifeguards, Rogers, Claire Van Campen, Georgia Singleton, Eve Warren, and your girl Emma Woods, unfortunately, is a non-starter in this final, I think coming off the back of that board race final and with the Taplin coming up. You can see this side of the course so much better than the far end in terms of that run-up. They could stay on their feet just a little bit longer, and it looks like maybe Georgia Miller out in front, but here comes Lani Pallister starting to go to work, that long loping stroke, and if you give Lani Pallister an inch, she'll take a mile. She was pretty upset with the rescue tube rescue and the board rescue yesterday afternoon. They didn't medal like they thought they would. And when you got a fired up Lani Pallister, get out of the way, because she's going to really light things up.
Yeah, absolutely, especially coming off her Olympic campaign, gold medal. Extremely happy about her individual results being sick over there. So we might even see a lineup for the Ocean Woman. We'll wait and see, but great start, absolutely. And Naomi Scott doing very well. She had a phenomenal start there, the long legs, and And we look not too far away. We see Lily O'Sullivan coming straight off the board there. Georgia Miller back in fourth there. So I tell you what, those names that I'm saying, they're the girls. If anyone's going to take down Lani Pallister, they're the three girls that can do it.
Naomi Scott did the perfect thing. If you've got a Lani Pallister in your race, she got off to a fast start, absolutely flew, put in maybe 50 metres of absolute power, and then let Lani come around you, jump on her feet and try and hang on for as long as possible. Lily O'Sullivan coming off the back of a Board World Championship, Georgia Miller hanging in there as well, and then a bit of a gap back to the rest of the field. Maybe Gemma Smith-Welsh from Sunshine Beach in 5th place there, tough to see with those caps, and it looks like maybe Dom Stitt starting to work into it with Lana Rogers as well. So the girls are starting to work. Chelsea Jones is there from Currumbin. So these girls pushing very, very hard at the moment, but this is where Pallister will really start to shine. She'll hit that can, she'll put that acceleration on, and she's had a big couple of months. The Olympic trials, the Olympics back here. She loves surf sport. She's very, very good in the water, and you can see her out in front at the moment. Scott in 2, O'Sullivan in 3, Georgia Miller looming up alongside her. Gemma Smith-Welsh from Sunshine Beach will go around the cans hot on their heels in 4th place, and then there's an absolute log jam behind.
Yes, this is definitely the moment. If Naomi Scott's going to get right up there to Lani, she has to go now, because Lani, distance swimmer, she gets better and better the longer she's out there. So, and as I said before, Lani also can body surf and wade as well. So she doesn't have a weakness out there, as we can see the girls.
Oh, look at that can.
The hands over heads, and I tell you what, that's why you want to get out in front, because being a part of that can be scary. But Naomi Scott, she's really hanging in there. She's had a big week as well, and we saw potentially. Yeah, there we go. We see Lily O'Sullivan there as well.
Third, Lana Rogers has moved up into 4th place there on the way home. Gemma Smith-Welsh in 5, Georgia Miller in 6. Chelsea Jones leads that next group, starting to work their way back into it. I saw a couple of the girls just stop going around those cans. They were like, I'm not being part of that. Put your hands up, say no thank you, maybe for somebody else. Pallister out in front. The gap will get bigger, but these girls in the second group, 2 through maybe 6, they're close enough if a little wave comes through. So Pallister's not having it all her own way, and there's a little lump out the back that might give a couple of them a little push on the way through. Still Pallister in 1, Scott in 2, O'Sullivan, Lana Rogers there has done everything right all weekend. Gemma Smith-Welsh is swimming out of her skin. I just need to see her with a little bit of confidence, and she will be one of the best athletes in the sport without a shadow of a doubt. And she's mixing it with the big names of world surf swimming, and Georgia Miller at the top of the screen there as well, starting to go to work on the way home, fighting it out, and maybe they're closing down the gap ever so slightly on Lani Pallister, and there's waves out the back.
There certainly is. Well, you see Gemma, she's very good with the endurance, as well as Lana Rogers, training for the Coolangatta Gold. She's just coming down. Lana Rogers is down. Lily O'Sullivan, Naomi Scott, and Lani Pallister's gone overhead. If she can bring...
Oh, she's fallen off the back.
Oh, Lani, that she'll be devastated, because... And Lily O'Sullivan could potentially take back-to-back from board to swim. We'll wait and see. I'll get you to call it through,
Here
Josh.
we go. O'Sullivan up first. Rogers, Naomi Scott. Lily O'Sullivan is having a golden afternoon. Can she get there? She wins the board. She wins the swim. Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park has a golden girl with Lily O'Sullivan. One wave is all she needed. Georgia Miller will get up in 4th. Lani Pallister in 5. Gemma Smith-Welsh in 6. Sarah Tazaki in 7. And Claudia Rose Slavin across the line in 8. What about that one? I said they were close enough if a wave came through. That is what makes surf so beautiful. And the defending champion, Lani Pallister, loses her title to Lily O'Sullivan, who is having an absolute day out. World board champion, world surf champion, back to back.
Yeah, Lily O'Sullivan. This morning when I saw her board paddling, I just thought to myself, she is in phenomenal form, and she was happy about it. And the one thing I loved about her finish then, she got up first. She said, I am not waiting around for anyone else. I'm going to get myself up and moving. So she went for it. She wanted it. She gritted her teeth. And Lana Rogers coming through there. They had great body surfing. She got herself down. Coolangatta Gold training, definitely helping out there. But Lani Pallister, she'll be devastated. She led all the way. But as you said, Josh, in surf swimming, if you are just that 5 metres behind, there is an opportunity for people to come from behind. Yeah, she's swimming absolutely beautiful. You see her stroke there at the moment, and she just stretched out. She's such a beautiful swimmer to watch. She'll be absolutely devastated about that, because She was in great form, and this was the moment. This is the moment it happened. Lily O'Sullivan in the middle, Lana Rogers on the right, closest to screen there. Naomi Scott, she sat in second the whole way, and you just saw Lily O'Sullivan. She got up, she got moving, but let's head down to our two-time world champion, Lily O'Sullivan, with Ty Dowker.
Oh, Lil just said to me, that is crazy. What about this? Let's go back 2 years ago. As a youth, she took out the swim, the board, and the ocean woman. You've had the board, you've had the swim. We'll leave the ocean woman till tomorrow. But wow, what about that up against the quality field?
Yeah, look, I'm so shocked right now. I actually can't speak. But I was on Naomi and Lani's feet around the cans the whole way, and I was just trying to keep up with them. They were zooming off. But yeah, I'm in shock right now.
Confidence is a wonderful thing. Obviously, you're up and about as well, but a lot of hard work you put to get where you are today.
Yeah, like a lot goes into our training. I'd like to thank Michael King and the club for supporting me so much. My sponsors, Race One, Sure Partners, the Board Lab, Cozzy. I have so much people around me and such a great support network that are continually supporting me through everything, so I'm so grateful for that.
Let's talk about your current household as well. You won the World Board Champion 20 minutes ago. Pat's won the ski, you've won the surf race. I'll tell you what, there'll be some celebration tomorrow night.
Oh, I can't believe it. There must have been something in the air last night.
Can I ask, what did you have for breakfast? Got to think about that one. World champ, there you go, surf race, Lily O'Sullivan. I'll tell you what, she's on fire. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that one, Ty. And I guess we should go there tonight. You and I, Courtney, will hang out. Maybe we'll win a world title tomorrow. Who knows? Lily O'Sullivan gets it done. Scott and Rogers, and those three, Georgia Miller, Gemma Smith-Welsh, incredible. They could have just let Lani Pallister have that one, and she was the red-hot favourite without a shadow of a doubt, but they fought and fought and fought, and that is what it's about. Nobody gets a free ride, especially not here in surf, and they knew if they were close enough and a little bit of luck came through, body surfing skills, they pay the bills, and that is what it's all about. From the ladies to the men, it is time for the Open Men's Surf Race Championship of the World. What a field we have. Killian Carroll, Kai Kinsella, Kai Harland, Lofton, Harland of Nobby, Savage of Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, Van Achtenberg from Marangi Bay, Louis Clark from Northcliffe, Zach Morris, Bailey Armstrong from Northcliffe, Noah Steiner. Watch for him. Big Bear Bailey Williams, along with his brother Cooper Williams, Zachy King and James Kosh of Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, Ollie Sharp, Dan Collins, the Australian Ironman champion, Charlie Walker, Joel Piper, Connor Maggs, Nathan J, Callum Brennan, Jackson McCleary from Maroubra, Nolan Carroll from Noosa Heads, Hayden Cotter. He will be one to watch in this one. Borg, Sutton, Magnuson, Bond, Warrener, Mitch Morris, Zach Tabawai, and Matt Gilling. That is all she wrote. The boys are off and away, starting to go to work there. And well, maybe a couple down. It might be out of Maroochydore, absolutely flying off the beach. That could be Matt Mag, who's absolutely giving it some and flying out at the moment. But this entire field, they're spread out so far at the moment. No one really starting to sort of make their feelings known. There's 4 out in front, another line of about 8 behind, and this is when surf racing can be really, really tough. They're going to start to come together, and I used to call it the rolling brawl, because you get in there, there's arms, there's legs, there's fists, there's all kinds of different things as they get going, and it might be Cooper Williams there from Alexandra Headland who starts to really wind up in the centre there, and there's a bit of a fight going on around there. It might be one of the Brennan boys as well from Currumbin.
Yeah, it is. This is where you really want to get moving. And we see Callum Brennan, he's just really made himself, so he pushed himself to make sure he got up on that inside. So look out also, Cooper Williams is right up there. We see Bailey Armstrong really making his way. Again, like Lani Pallister, he gets better the longer and longer he's out there. So we also see at the moment Zach Morris right there with that really strong start. So he's been swimming incredibly well.
Yeah, Morris doing a great job. Maybe Harland there from Nobby's Beach. Matt Magnuson from Maroochydore closest to us in that sort of second or third group. Then Will Savage in the centre from Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park. Bailey Armstrong starting to go to work. I think it's Zach Morris out in front as they turn now. Watch this one. 3 men trying to get round. Cooper Williams probably got the worst of it by all accounts. But Brennan on the inside doing a fantastic job there to really wind up Zach Morris there, Cooper Williams, the Australian champion. You can see them coming around that can. There is no space for anybody to get into this one, and nobody is out of it at this point. Still out in front. Brennan doing his thing. Cooper Williams in the centre there. Zach Morris on the right-hand side. Will Savage not far behind. Brendan Smith from Half Moon Bay in Victoria chasing the Olympian there. And Bailey Williams, he's in that second line. The Northcliffe cap with Will Savage. He's a 10K swimmer, so he's going to come on really strong in the second half of this one, and it's super tough racing as they start to work their way home. They're about halfway back to that next string of cans, and it's starting to wind up and starting to open up.
Yeah, this has been one of the fastest, I have to say, open men's surf swim I've ever seen. Look at all the kick out the back there. Everyone has a 6-beat kick. You know, usually you see surf swimming, they hold their kick back right till the end, but it is on and happening at the moment. Cooper Williams is really starting to wind up there, as well as we saw Zach Morris. He's got the speed, especially when you get up and run. So watch out for Zach Morris there, but the field is really starting to not necessarily spread out, but across the ocean, they're really all taking a different line coming in.
One of the Harlem boys goes to the lead on that far side. I think he's really starting to wind up. Bailey Armstrong's trying to get himself into it. Cooper Williams hanging in there. They're spread 4 across the front. Nobby's on the far left there. It is Brennan there on the second from the left. Cooper Williams, the yellow cap with the black stripes. And Zach Morris, he's been in everything for the last 2 weeks at the World Championship. There's a wave on here. Someone's going to get a little push. Bailey Armstrong goes down it. Cooper Williams gets a run. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to come down to a sprint up the beach. Who can stand up and get going? Oh, one's dropped off the back. Zach Morris, Cooper Williams up and away. Zach Morris has got speed to burn. Cooper Williams there as well, but they're going to come back. Brennan trying to get in on the act. Brennan's pushing up the beach. I don't think it will be. Zachy Morris from BMD Northcliffe appears from the clouds and gets it done. What a battle between these 4 men. It might have been Riley Harland in there as well, so unbelievable from the boys. And sorry, maybe Charlie Walker in there, not Brennan from Currumbin. Sorry about that one, Charlie. But Zachy Morris, no doubting our winner. He got it done. Cooper Williams in third. That one was tight, very tight the whole way round.
Incredibly tight, absolutely. Just saw Riley Harland representing Nobby's there with a different cap on. He just at the end there, he's on his side of the wave. It just died off as we just saw Dan Collins just coming through as well. But Zach Morris, we knew if it was going to come down to a sprint finish, he is incredibly hard to beat. He's one of the quickest across the sands. And we go back to the replay of the start. It was really out and about, wasn't Cooper Williams out there, very strong, Zach Morris. And we spoke about on this side, we actually had one of the other Morris brothers, it was Mitch Morris on this side as well.
Yeah, that start was all important. You could see a couple of them just on their feet a little bit longer. Have a look at there. I think, Walker going around on the inside there. Zach Morris on the outside. Cooper Williams in the centre. Harlan just biding his time. And then it was just a drag race to the beach the entire way home. So 4 men, no worry about anyone else. And this was the wave. This was the moment. All 4 of the men pushed down it. Bailey Armstrong just misses out. One at the bottom as well. And it was, Callum Brennan there in second place. And the boys pushing down. Ty Dowker down with our winner. Zach Morris, what a 2 weeks he's had.
Not only down here with the winner, I'm down here with the world champ. We go back our last minute, but in terms of Interclub in Australia, 2018 was Ollie Signorini, Australian champ, Cooper Williams there as well. You're the world champ, Zach Morris, coming off the national championship win last week as well. Back to back in 2 weeks, mate. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's been a pretty tough program over the past 2 weeks. Having to do the with the international ones and then backing up for this one has definitely been pretty hard. It's basically been taper, then race, then taper again. So trying to get that back up to race pace has been tough.
And then we throw in there some beach events as well, mate, beach relay. But let's talk about that race in particular. The speed was on at the front end very early. You went round sort of equal with Cooper Williams. Set yourself up well and put yourself in the right position for that wave.
Yeah, the beach relays have been tough, but I don't mind a bit of sprinting. It's pretty fun. So in that race, I knew Cooper and I weren't on the best side for the swim start, and start's usually my thing. So I knew I had to work with Cooper on the way, and when we were first, second at the can on the outside, I was hoping that we'll get our own little passage around, and we did, and we had a clean race from there.
Yeah, pretty congested coming in. The pack sort of drew in together as well. You spoke about the beach sprints you've done the last week representing Australia as well. Paid the dividend that last end. You said you back your back end speed with a sprint finish.
Yeah, I tend to back my wade more so than my sprinting because I've got long legs, so I may as well use them to my advantage. And I was lucky to get up and wade and then end up coming away with that win, which is nice.
Long legs and the maroon star on top of the cup, mate. Great day yesterday. I think they took out 5 world titles yesterday. Another one today. Point score looking good for the Northcliffe Club, which I know you're very proud of.
Yeah, I'm a big team player, and watching all the teams and obviously individuals win their stuff yesterday was great to see. And even with the youth, I was watching the youth do their races and the taplins and all that stuff. So, and we actually were down here when Tiago won his ski, and it's good to see like Joe and Mitch and Jake. We all ran down and gave Tig a hug after he won.
There you go, and a bit of bromance on the beach as well. Epitomises team. Team comes before individual. Well done, mate. You're the world champ. Back to you guys.
Yeah, and what a team player he is, without a shadow of a doubt. We're into the team events now as well. Ocean Woman Relay, Ocean Man Relay, not too far away. If you want to check the current point score on the beach, go to liveheats.com.au. These are the results there. It was Morris, Brennan, Williams, Riley, Harlan. I'm sorry for a second there. We might have called Kai his brother. Tough to pick between the two boys. Same cap, same stroke. Will Savage, Jimmy Kosh from BHMP, Bailey Armstrong, Piper J, and Louis Clark of Northcliffe. Northcliffe on top of the overall point score at this stage. Go to Live Heat, you can check it out there, ahead of Newport in Sydney, Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, Maroochydore, Alex is your top 5, then Kurrawa, Currumbin, Noosa, Mollymook and Clifton in South Africa, so a big shout out to the Clifton crew there. Of course, we also add on to the pool point score from the last 3 days as well for the overall title, so that one is just for the surf. We're loving it now down here, and Courtney Hancock, talk me through the Ocean Woman Relay. This is the one they all want to win.
Okay, well, where to start? We're super excited watching on Ties Down the Beach. The order is going to be board, ski, swim, run. So a little bit different to what we've done at the Australian titles. We call the Taplin Relay there. We don't have a runner. You just have your 3. So very exciting to either get your beaches in, or like Zach Morris said, he's very, very fast. So he's going to slip in, and he's actually going to do the run when we move on to that Ocean Man Relay. But it's get your best board paddler, ski paddler, swimmer, quickest runner to finish it off. There you go. You have your best team, put it all together, and then you run through. And Josh, let's run through the start list.
Lane 1, the defending champions from 2018. That is Alexandra Headlands, Wood Pallister, Ali Bull and Grace Harris. That is 2 absolute red-hot Olympians there, and some of the best iron women in the sport. Dordrecht Reddings Brigade from the Netherlands, Einschwitz from Switzerland, Mount Maunganui of New Zealand, Coogin, Clifton, Newport. They'll be very good. Sussex County in the US of A, Otispree in Germany, Burleigh Heads, Southport Mermaid, Dickey Beach on the Sunshine Coast, Sunshine Beach on the Sunshine Coast in 14. Surfers, Langenberg, BMD Northcliffe, they had to be the favourite. Maroochydore, don't count them out, with Elise Wood. Sunshine Coast Grammar, Pool Lifesaving, Half Moon Bay and Victoria will be very difficult to beat. Aquarius Club Angus there as well. That's your top 22 teams in the world, and there is a delay on the line because Lily O'Sullivan from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park, the world champion in both swim and board, cannot find her board on the beach, so I'm told. She's left it after that, or she handed it to somebody after that, and that is, well, it just happens sometimes. You're caught up in the emotion, you don't know where it's gone, you got to run around and try and find it. Someone would have grabbed it to keep it out of the sun, so Lily O'Sullivan going to find her board. There's some real powerhouse clubs here that I think will really battle it out. Alexandra Headland, Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park, Northcliffe, very, very good. Watch out for Maroochydore. I think Maroochydore are the dark horse.
I totally agree with you. I was just thinking Lily O'Sullivan's board. Someone might have taken it to think, okay, well, I could probably sell this for a fair bit because 2-time world champion, let's get her to sign it and go from there. But Alexandra Headland's also got Lani Pallister. Didn't get the win, but we know she's in fine form and very, very fast. Emma Wood starting off there. Like the look of them. Also, when we move forward, Lizzie Wellborn, we saw she only just missed that world champion, so she's going to start off. Gemma Smith has been absolutely electric, can also sprint, finish, run as well. So look out for her. Lily O'Sullivan looking out for her board. Claudia Roslavin been swimming exceptional. Brodie Trinker, she's also going to do the board paddle for Southport. So look out for them as well as we move forward to the Northcliffe team of Scully Miller, Scott and Chloe Maddox-Power. I mean, that speaks for it is. Tiani Massey, I'd say for the Maroochydore, you said the dark horse. I'd say she'd be going off for the board paddle, the little pocket rocket. So there's only just a few to name. So it's almost looking like a world champion board start again. Yeah, I think Marucci have Zoe Longhurst in there, her teammate Hannah Scully for BMD Northcliffe. They've got Scott Scully, Miller and Chloe Mannix-Power, so watch for them. Off and away, 3 water legs, a beach sprint to finish to crown the Ocean Women Relay champions of the world. Good to see the internationals in there as well, and Lily O'Sullivan almost immediately
back to work there for BHMP. Brody Trinker from Southport, nice and easy right alongside her. And in the centre, Sunshine Beach, Electra Outram paddled fantastically in that board final, was just unlucky on the way home. And it looks like she's negotiated that break the best of all the women and will lead them into the clean green water as they make their way to the first can.
And we saw the likes of Trinker and also Scully out there. They were just a little bit further ahead by a metre than the other girls. They got hit by that front wave and that power hit them, and that gave the chance for Electra Outram to really scoop over the top. But Electra, not taking anything away from her, she has been on fire and she's really making her way through at the moment.
Sunshine Beach in 1, it looks like, alongside her. Northcliffe in 2, doing a great job. Here comes Southport looming up in 3, Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park. Newport very, very wide, and Alexandra Headland even wider. They're maybe 6 deep at the moment, 7 deep, Alexandra Headland in the lead there. And well, they're in the middle of the action, that is for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. On the bottom side there, Half Moon Bay doing a fantastic job. And it looks like Maroochydore working their way up just behind them with plenty of work to do. We're 5 wide still as we come into these first cans. Closest to us, Burleigh, Southport, Sunshine Beach, then Northcliffe, Half Moon Bay, Maroochydore, Newport's there, Alexandra Headland as well. And have a look at the jam in the can. Half Moon Bay, absolute chaos round there. They've gone from equal in the lead to back into 9th place in just a matter of moments, and that is disastrous for Half Moon Bay because they were sitting pretty and now they've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, they had a phenomenal start there, and they have the likes of Brianna Newson and Carly Nerthen to tag, so put themselves in a great spot. But Hannah Scully out there in front doing very well. And Lily O'Sullivan, she doesn't care that she's got 2-time world champion. She wants this one as well. And we see all the girls in the board who were really in form at the moment. Electra, Brody, Lizzie, Hannah, Lily, I just mentioned before, they're all up the front, and these are the girls that have been in form all day.
Scully at the top, that's Northcliffe. Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park with Lily O'Sullivan go to the lead. Newport move up into 2nd place, but Southport and Northcliffe respond. So Northcliffe at the top, Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, Southport, Newport. They've just left behind Sunshine Beach like that. And after getting 2nd in the board race, Lizzie Wellborn knows she's got to put in something special if she's going to sneak away from these girls. But again, a little wave comes through and they're joined by Alexandra Headland and Sunshine Beach. We've got 2, 4, 6 on that 5 on that first wave. And they step up and work into that transition. Newport in 1, Northcliffe in 2, Southport in 3, Sunshine Beach, Alexandra Headland. All the big guns are there. Ty, you're in the thick of the action. What an opening leg that was.
Yeah, phenomenal leg. And I tell you what, the big girls come out to play in terms of big performers. Hannah Scully, the #1 team player in any team, is up and about. Lizzie Wellborn there. Lily O'Sullivan full of confidence and on fire as they come round. 6 go in now. That's a breakaway pack of 6. Then we go back. We'll pick them up as well. Half Moon has come through as well. Back to the chase pack behind. But it is red hot over the skis.
Oh, you're not wrong at all. And a couple of absolute big guns on the orange ski closest to us. Ali Bull, 3-time Olympian there. She was in 2 finals in Paris, the K4 and the K2. Gemma Smith just missed the Olympics in the kayaking as well and is, well, to be completely honest, one of the best ski paddlers of all time out there, absolutely flying at the moment. There goes Ali Clark jumping on for Surfers Paradise. She's going to work. Carla Papak's on the red for Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, and she's starting to do her thing. And I think Georgia Miller paddling the ski maybe for the Northcliffe Club. So a couple of these girls, well, Olympians, almost Olympians there, and one of the best iron women of all time. Carla Papak has a Coolangatta gold title. It is a star-studded who's who here in this second leg.
Oh, it really is at the moment. Imagine that. Imagine tagging Carla Papak, Ali Ball, Gemma Smith. I tell you what, you're in good hands tapping those ladies out there. But Gemma Smith has been in form all the moment. We didn't see her get a position in the medals yesterday from the ski because she was very unfortunate towards the end there. But she has been on fire. And Ali Ball, she's a racer. She's just come back, obviously, from Paris. And Carla Papak, she's moved her way from Noosa all the way here to Burleigh now, enjoying herself, happy, looking the goods. And I can't tell you just how hard this wind is on that northerly. It's very, very strong. It's up to over 31 knots at the moment, so the girls are absolutely flying.
Gemma Smith leads from Newport. Ali Bull in second for Alexandra Headland. Carla Papak for Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park in 3. Georgia Miller in 4 for BMD Northcliffe. And Chelsea Gents for Southport in 5. Southport are showing here. They can really get up and in the mix of this one. Not someone we really spoke about beforehand, but they're very, very good and very well coached. The girls turn for home. You can see Papak wanting to cut back. If you go too far to the right-hand side, you're going to have a hell of a long run on the way home. Miller and Gents in the back. They've picked up a nice little runner, but that's the lead. Here comes the Olympian Ali Bull starting to wind up as well. She'll get one. Chelsea Gents from Southport. That one might hold the whole way through. If Gents can run it towards the north, she might be able to hold this one the whole way. This will be the key moment. If she can get that nose to dip and come down, this might run the entire way to the beach. They've left Georgia Miller behind. She's looking for a wave out the back, and it is 1 Newport, 2 Southport, 3 and 4 Burleigh Heads and Alexandra Headland. A big wave out the back for the back markers. That's going to bring them close, but I don't know if it's close enough.
Big movers and shakers then was Gemma Smith. There she is in the middle. She talking about team players, Gemma Smith and Chelsea Gents. That was incredible. So we'll go over to Ty Diaka. He is right there in the transition.
Yeah, this is Gemma Smith now coming out from the past Iron Woman of Gemma Smith. And what a phenomenal paddle. I tell you what, she's got the bit between the teeth. Now, Sarah Locke is coming up a swim. She swam phenomenal last season as well. But Georgia Miller, transition, is absolutely flying. The big danger for me, Miller will hand over to Scott, but then Ali Bull comes around handing over to Lani Pallister. Look out, Alex on the move.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Everybody knows that Lani Pallister will do everything she possibly can. That's the tag. Pallister with the yellow cap. Claudia Rose Slavin goes in there for Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park on the right-hand side. Southport in the mix. They're not out of it here. Isabella Wolfe-Davies there will go in for them. So that's your big 4. Carly Nerthen tags off and away. Half Moon Bay are in this one up to their eyeballs. And after that surf race, you've just got to be close. You know Lani Pallister's going to go to the front. You know she's going to take ground off you. It doesn't matter. If you're Sarah Locke, sit on, hang on, hope you get a wave, and then get it to your sprinter as quickly as possible. That's the key here. We finish with a sprint leg. You've got to find out who's got someone with a bit of speed about them.
Absolutely, because remember with this swim, they have one string can to go around. It is a sprint. These girls, they know how to race and they know how to race fast. Also coming in, they don't have to think about getting up, doing the wade through the potholes and doing the transition finish. Swim, done, pass it over the runners, it's on from there.
Sarah Locke is lovely, but if she wants to be any shot in this one, she's got to make it absolutely impossible for Lani Pallister to go around her in the can. She's got to swim all over her and do all the things that are slightly legal. They're legal, but she's just got to make things difficult. And as I say it, Pallister just goes bang, straight to the front. Cop that. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Alex in 1, Newport in 2. Oh, I know, sorry, it's Naomi Scott that's gone to the lead. Lani Pallister still in 3rd place, so Scott went past her like she absolutely was standing still. Locke's got to hang on because Pallister's going to start coming around her as well. And could Northcliffe pull this one out of the fire? I thought they were gone after Georgia Miller missed that wave, but Naomi Scott is having the swim of her life after Georgia Miller's incredible transition.
Absolutely, and just skipping through a little bit through this race, Grace Harris will be the runner for Alexandra Headlands. Chloe Maddox Power, and we saw, her name says it all. We saw how much power she has. She almost got the World Championships. She got runner-up, so that's what we're looking towards the end there.
I would say they'd need a 10-metre lead for Alexandra Headland to stop Chloe Maddox Power. So BMD Northcliffe sitting pretty at the moment. Sarah Locke hanging on, but there's a lot of this race still left to be run. Lani Pallister goes to the front, side by side with Naomi Scott. Locke in the background. Claudia Rose Slavin of Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. She's not out of it either. She's just out of shot at the moment. 3 of the biggest clubs in the country, and I would say close to the 4 big clubs, as Claudia Rose Slavin gets a run on the right-hand side there. Southport hanging on in 5th place. Out the back, Maroochydore are into 6th. Half Moon Bay in 7th. Maybe Mount Maunganui or one of Those New Zealand clubs have moved up into 8th, but Pallister's gone to the front. Naomi Scott hanging on. Sarah Locke's not out of it. We're heading into the wave zone.
Oh, this is so tight. And then Sarah Locke's going to pass over to Piper Harrison. We know the runner she is. I think for Alexandra Headlands, if they're smart, they will let Lani get up and wade as far as she can.
That's exactly right. Lani will run as far as she can. Locke's got a wave out the back. Pallister's up. Oh, massive from Pallister. You can see the runners in there waiting. Pallister will keep going. Grace Harris tag. Oh, little mistake. No, it's Emma Woods who's been tagged. So Woods are off and away. Chloe Mannix-Power will come for her from BMD Northcliffe. Newport aren't out of it either. Woods will find a way if she can. Here comes Mannix-Power. Here comes Northcliffe. Northcliffe go round the outside. The beach sprinters win it for Northcliffe. What about that one? Emma Woods finishes with silver for Alexandra Headland. And there is Piper Harrison of Newport. And have a look at the girls running down. Don't they love it? Hannah Scully, BMD Northcliffe finishing in 3rd. And, well, it pays to have a sprinter.
Oh, it certainly does. And we just saw that little switch there from Grace actually did the board. And Emma coming to the run there. And you saw Emma had that little smile at the end there. And she thought, oh, my, this is tough. But they did the best they could. They got Lani Pass to get the long legs up and running to get it there to Emma. So, oh, wow, that was exciting. I can't even imagine what the men's is going to be like. We've just, it's all happening here at Curra Beach on the Gold Coast. Make sure you get involved, and everyone tuning on SBS On Demand. We've also on YouTube as well. So thank you for tuning in. This is the best of the best in the world, and what an absolute honour it is to be here.
Don't we love to see it there? A fantastic performance from all these clubs. Surfers Paradise, they make their way up and around, and what a finish. And you knew that, well, they had to be close. When you've got the second best beach sprinter in the world, or basically the best beach sprinter in terms of that, like her and Brianna Irving are A1, A2, and it's unbelievable. Let's take a look at the replay, and it was back and forth. A big 6 sort of established themselves in that opening leg, and it was back and forth. Georgia Miller had a really tough paddle there, but found a way to fight back into it. Naomi Scott was incredible, and Chloe Mannix-Power. Ty Dowker on the beach with a very happy BMD Northcliffe.
Yeah, they are a team of champions and a champion team, a world champion team. Look at the smile of Hannah Scully, board leg, obviously into ski, to swim, and Mannix-Power with a sprint leg as well. It's a great team to be a part of the world champ.
Sprint champ. Didn't make her go too far out, and just got Scotty to use her legs and get to her, and a couple of steps, and then she was off and away. And it just goes to show the type of speed compared to.
It's obviously an Olympian, you're up against a world ocean ski champion as well. I thought there's a big challenge here for G, but I tell you what, you hung in there well.
Oh, it was a huge challenge. I always knew it was going to be a really tough paddle, but when you're in a team, you find something else. So happy to be a part of a team with these girls. They are unbelievable at what they do, but then to put it all together just makes it even better. So we're so happy to be here representing BMD Northcliffe.
And then Scotty, what about that swim? You got Lani Pallister on the chase as well. You had a phenomenal swim in the surf race as well. You knew you had to hang tough but bring that speed on the shorter course.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think I've ever been more thankful to have someone run a sprint finish for me than I was in that race. But yeah, I just knew that I really needed to just put us in a good spot going into that last run, and I managed to hang in there, so I was pretty happy. And it's nice to be a part of a team with these girls. I was racing with a team last year, and it's just nice to be a part of that again this week with the girls that I train with every day.
Yeah, most definitely. What about the speed at the end? It was a gift winner and picked up, I think it was $20 or $40 or $50,000. Now it's the world champion medal you're going to have as well, Chloe. What a finish, and what about this for BMD Northcliffe?
No, I just had to get the job done for the girls because they did all the work, and I knew as soon as I tagged Naomi, I just had to run.
I love that. Just there you have it, our world champs, our Ocean Women Relay. Well done.
Thanks for that, Ty. And yeah, keep it simple. I knew as soon as I had to tag, I had to run. And if you don't overthink things, amazing things happen. From the ladies to the men, we're going to see them next. And what a performance that was from BMD Northcliffe. Can they go back to back? I think this one's going to be just as good.
Yeah, absolutely. From what we saw then, there was plenty of thrills and spills as we move over the start line there. BMD Northcliffe, as we said. Alexandra Headlands in lane number 2. Newport, sorry, I was thinking we were going to men, but this is actually the results. This is the results. I was getting too excited there. And move over the page. Sunshine Beach have been incredible. Half Mooners up there. Surfers Paris were right there from the start and just dropped a little bit back. The local Kurrawa, New Zealand.
Mount Maunganui, yeah.
One of
Clifton
our favourites,
well.
Clifton, one of our favourites.
Coogin, I'm a big fan of the Coogin crew there. That is for sure a former club of mine. They did a fantastic job. What do you say about a race like that? How good is it? We love to see it. Let's take a look at the start list for the men's Ocean Man Relay. Tugan, watch for Kai Kinsella in there. He'll fly. Allura, they'll have Michael Hanna, the beach sprint champion, bringing them home if they're close. They're a shot. Coogin Headlands, Alexandra Headland, they'll be looking to go one better here. Watch for them. Newport will be good as well. Down over the page, Burleigh Head, Surfers Paradise, Half Moon Bay, Maroochydore, Kurrawa, Mount Maunganui, Southport, BMD, Northcliffe, Fitzsimmons, Armstrong, Morris and Morris. Very, very good from these gentlemen. And we wait to see. Don't count out Nobbies. I like Half Moon Bay as well. They've got a couple of Olympians, a couple of absolute superstars in the mix. Boys are set and ready to go. Board, ski, swim, run is the order. This one will come right down to the wire. The gentlemen are set and ready to go. Mitch Morris there for BMD Northcliffe. Surprising, no Bevel Aqua here in this one. Off and away. Here we go. The boys start to make their way in. Someone I thought almost dropped their board there. Maybe Monaghan from Maroochydore, but he regathered and actually got off to quite the flyer in the centre. Tex Dixon for Half Moon Bay, and then Corey Fletcher from Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park. Those two gentlemen in the middle are absolutely flying, and they will lead as we hit the back of the break.
Yeah, we also see Tex Dixon out there in the middle. He's competing for Half Moon Bay out there, so doing very, very well at the moment. But as he's, sorry, I just lost my words there for a second. So he's out in front there, and they're really going to Corey Fletcher. I tell you what, we've always see him up the front.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job, that is for sure. Coogin Headland, they're coming up alongside our leaders at the moment. So Coogin on that left-hand side, Tex Dixon of Half Moon Bay there. He will lead. Adam Palmer of Maroochydore, the white cap, the blue and the black stripe. That famous Northcliffe cap, white with the maroon star, just back in third. Corey Fletcher, the black, green and gold of Burleigh Heads. Nobby's Beach with Odin Parish, not too far away. It's white with the blue stripe. Mount Maunganui in there. The Mount getting it done as well. They're black with the yellow and white stripes through the centre. But Tex Dixon, former Australian board race champion. He's had a couple of clubs in the last few years, racing for Half Moon Bay here. And I wrote an article earlier in the week and I said, Half Moon Bay can win this. They're going to need a little bit of luck, but if anyone can get it done, Tex Dixon leading them off. They've got Brendan Smith, the Olympian, bringing them home. They've got a hell of a great ski squad down there as well, but it's going to take something truly special from a few of these gentlemen, and maybe Tex Dixon is producing it here. He finds a little runner. That runner's going to turn into a wave. Tex Dixon getting it done for Half Moon Bay. You can see the charge of the Light Brigade out the back. They're all coming. Coogin, Maroochydore, Newport, Alex, Burleigh, Nobbies are all there. Coogin out on their own in second place. Don't count out Mount Maunganui or the defending champion Surfers Paradise, Allura either. I can name basically the entire field, but Tex Dixon has blown this one wide open.
He absolutely did. He didn't have the race that he wanted to in that individual board final, but here he is, as we've seen him before, that Australian board champion, and he's up and about, and he's not waiting around. He's up in his body, should I say bunny hopping, and look at Tex go. He really means business at the moment, and he wants this. We might move down to Ty if he can hear us, and he's in that transition zone.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Tex Dixon is a big confidence player. The chin is up, the legs are going, the arms are pumping. He goes around the grimace on the face, straight past me. He'll hand over to Jesse Colson. And let me tell you, Jesse can paddle well. And the best thing about Jesse, he's got clean water. Then we come back to Odin Parish from Nobbies. What about this? Half Moon Bay in 1, Nobbies in 2, Burleigh in 3. The Black Swans, Alexander Headland, BMD Northcliffe, Wanda, Newport and Mount Maunganui. Back to you guys.
Oh, don't we love to see it? A good mix of clubs, and Half Moon Bay, the gap is huge. Nobbies, there's Burleigh. Alex absolutely flying. Look at Braden Casamento go. He's tagged Jet Kenny there. They're in this one with Cooper Williams bringing it home. But our leaders at the moment, a Half Moon Bay absolutely flying. There we go. Tugan make their way around. Currumbin, Southport as well. Kurrawa, that's the Currumbin lads. They'll be competitive. Tagging, I think Jay Nurskin, yes, he had a great ski paddle in that open men's ski final. He'll be looking to deliver here again for the Currumbin Vikings alongside Tugan. That looks like Wood, I think, but have a look at Benny Carberry go. This is the chase pack at the moment. Benny Carberry in second place there. Nobby's in third, working very, very hard, trying to catch Half Moon Bay and get themselves back into the mix here. Our leaders absolutely flying.
There's one place I wouldn't want to be, and that is being chased by Benny Carberry. Wouldn't it be terrifying?
It's happened to me in the past. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
You'd see the shadow coming for you. There's no word of a doubt. So out in front there. The Half Mooners are still in front, and wouldn't they be excited to take this one out? But they've got a lot of work to do. Tex Dixon, he did all he could. He got 2 3-wave leads ahead, and at the moment, they are stretching out. As you can see the distance on that beautiful drone shot, they've got that 1 can distance. Benny Carberry's coming, and he's going to really push when he turns out last
Jesse
can.
Coulson needs a runner. He needs a big runner here. There's Carberry. Morris from Nobby's in 3rd place as well. So Nobby absolutely on fire. Ty on the beach. You have the man who blew this race up, Tex Dixon, alongside you.
Yeah, I've actually had to drag him off the ground. Tex Dixon, mate, you put everything into that.
Oh, you know how it is. The team events are the most important ones, and just doing it for Half Moon, which is the Nipper Club, which I started originally, and what Dad raced at, it means a lot. And I know me being an Australian champion, it's everything that this club needs, that I need to put in the best effort that I've got and give us a shot. And we're in a 2nd place at the moment, and hunting for a medal at the World Championship is pretty bloody special.
Yeah, specialties, mate, especially growing up as a kid. And going past the Mooners now is Burleigh Hedge Mowbray Park. Been training there with Kingy as well.
Yeah, been loving it with Michael, but I need to get down there to handle quickly, Tyler.
All right, he's off, mate. Here we go. What about Ben Carberry? Over to you guys.
Oh, just like that, Ben Carberry spoils the party for the Half Moon Bay guys. He absolutely flew home. That is one of the best paddles you will ever see from Ben Carberry. Half Moon Bay still in this. They got Brendan Smith to go. He's going to swim for them. But Ben Carberry for Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. They're the Australian Taplin Relay champions. They're trying to become the world champions. He comes around in there. Big tag. Jimmy Kosh goes in for Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. He is a fantastic swimmer. Been part of that Australian team set up for a long, long time. And he can swim with the best of them. So he will go in. Half Moon Bay in 2nd place. They're still in this one. We're absolutely loving it. Surfers Paradise. Have a look at that. What about that from TJ Hendy? Finn Askew, he's gone in. This is unbelievable. What a swim, and what a paddle, sorry, from TJ Hendy.
Yeah, that was incredible, wasn't he? He loves the surf, he loves the wind, so TJ's put Finn in a really great position for Surfers Paradise. Their neighbours there, just not too far away, a couple of Ks down the road on that northern side, and we just see Maroochydore going out there, but Jimmy Kosh out in front at the moment, but he is being caught up with that lead.
Newport got a lot of work to do if they want to get back into it. 1 leg to go. Nobby's Beach have jumped up and hung on the side of Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. It's an incredible story. Harlan swimming for Nobbies there. Obviously, a lot of these guys, they're involved in the Northcliffe Club. You can only have 10 athletes come to the World Championships per club. So a lot of them said, we're going to race for Nobbies the next sort of beach down, or a couple beaches down, to race for them to get an opportunity to go round. I don't want to call it the B team, but it's a little bit of the B team. And at the moment, the B team, they're the killer bees because they've gone to the front. Nobby's Beach will lead us around the can with half a leg to go out in front of this Ocean Man relay. Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park alongside. Don't we love to see it? Riley Harlan in the water at the moment. Kai Harlan will run for them down there. And I think Will Savage will run for Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. The race for 3rd place is on. Stroke for stroke out in front for the world title. Nobby's closest to us. Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park not too far away either. Half Moon Bay, I think, hanging on for bronze. They've got a big, big gap back to the rest of the field, but they're coming thick and fast as they get to the last can and turn for home. The surf's definitely picking up. Waves are going to play a part.
Oh, this has been an absolutely incredible swim by Riley Harlan, and I'm not surprised. He has been going from strength to strength. He made the Nutrigrain series last year. You saw him up the front with all the big boys leading as best he could, and Jimmy Kosh, he looks like he's saved it. Look, can everyone just have a look on screen at that leg kick? That is that 6-feet kick. So he's doing a lot of damage, unfortunately, for Riley at the moment, isn't he?
Here we go. Accelerate and get out of here. Jimmy Kosh, he is starting to put the work in. You can see, like you said, the splash in the background. Still Half Moon Bay, Surfers Paradise, Northcliffe, and it looks like Wanda coming for 3rd. Half Moon Bay, hang on. Can you hang on for a medal? I don't know. Out in front, Kosh tries to go down for Burleigh. Remember, there's still the run to come. So the boys are coming in and there's waves out the back. This race is far from over. I don't know if the back markers will get it, but Nobby's might. Will Savage goes in for Burleigh Heads. He'll be the first to tag. He's got to stay in front of this wave. Harlan comes down. If Will Savage can stay in front of this wave, he's a shot. I think they're going to be the Australian and world champions in 1 year. Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. Ben Carberry carried this team on his shoulders with a huge ski paddle. Didn't they deliver? Corey Fletcher, Ben Carberry, Jimmy Kosh, Will Savage. They're the world champions. They're the Ocean Man Relay champions of the world.
Oh, and take a bow, Burleigh Headlands. Fantastic to do Worlds and the Australians all in 1 year. And congratulations to Nobbies.
How good.
All the boys from Northcliffe coming there. And as we see our Northcliffe with Zach Morris coming through. But Michael King, I know where he would have been. He would have been down the water's edge by himself there, nervously pacing. But he'll be excited now. And Half Mooners they didn't manage to get that top 3. But what a phenomenal performance as we start off with Tex Dixon and the Half Mooners leading that and setting that pace.
Heartbreak for Half Moon Bay, finishing 4th. Absolute heartbreak. But what a performance from one of the little clubs that the whole of surf sports loves. You can't hate Half Moon Bay. Cliff Goulding, the team down there, they do a fantastic job. This man, when he is on, there is nobody better on a board. Tex Dixon, and it is all, like Ty said, all confidence. If he can be feeling good, looking good, racing good, life is good for Tex Dixon, and he really lit it up. He's got a family connection down there, and didn't he want to perform for them, and they came oh so close to grabbing a medal. Yeah, he had that really extra inner spirit that he spoke about. His dad raced for the club, but this is one. There's always moments in every single race. This moment for me, Ben Carberry, it wasn't just this moment it was from the start. He took off. He got those eyes, that steely look in, and he just powered away. He actually out-paddled a wave to get them in front. Unbelievable. And have a look at him go. Used to play in the forward pack for the Burleigh Bears and a couple of local rugby league teams. He looks like it as well. And Jimmy Kosh, he delivered. He had a really big fight with Riley Harland of Nobbies Beach the whole way around. They went stroke for stroke, side by side, but you called it perfectly. The acceleration on the way home was truly something special from Jimmy Kosh, and there's levels to the game, and he showed that he is at another level. Will Savage said to me this morning, there's no man faster in the world than he is. I think he's been known to exaggerate, but he did the job, that's for sure. And the big fella from WA got it done for Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. They are the Australian champions and now the world champions. You have to be happy with that. Nobbies, you love a Killer B team, and I know I don't want to sound disrespectful there, but there'll be a few guys that would have sort of thought, no, I belong in that A team. I think I should be there, and yeah, it'll be good to see them. That wraps up the competition for today. We're going to head down to the beach. He's got half of the Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park team down there. The second half, Jimmy Kosh and Will Savage, a couple of very happy boys.
Yeah, a couple of happy boys down here. We've got half the team anyway. The other boys are warming down. Obviously, they know how much tomorrow means with the Ocean Man event as well. What about that, mate? The legs, the sprinter, he's gone from an Ironman to that of a beach sprinter. It's pretty special. Obviously, taking out the Aussies, Taplin, 6-man team, now the world title, 4-person team. Good for the individuals, good for the club.
Yeah, definitely getting wins in both of that is very good for the club. It just shows how strong we are with those 3 boys being in that team and then being able to take it home in the run. It was good.
Now, Koshy, come over here. I think it was Shelley Beach, mate. We go back 6 years ago. You won the World Surf title. Now in a team event, obviously you won the Taplin as well. And coming home, I loved the last third of that event. Was that the plan of attack to hang in there and try and back your backhand speed?
Oh, it wasn't the plan of attack at all, but once that Harlan boy came up on my side, I thought, I'll just go around him. But he had some speed, and I couldn't burn him until I got around the cans. And had a bit of a fight out there. It was good. It's all good fun.
I love that. UFC on cam 1, 2 and 3. Part of the Australian team as well. Did really well. Talk about part of the Australian team. We've had another quarter of the team join us. Wheels Fletcher, Corey Fletcher, mate. Good start. Obviously, got to be up there at the front end of those races, especially on a world title challenge.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty tricky with the potholes and everything today. And now that the wind's up this afternoon, it just adds another element that we have to deal with. And you just got to get yourself up the front. And I did pretty well and came in, I think, second, to put Ben in a good spot there.
Well, Benny's not here, but let's have a chat about him. Obviously, the Aussie titles, his swim leg was instrumental in terms of setting you guys up in the 6-person leg. Today, the ski leg, he's a team player, isn't he? He steps up to the big stage.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing to have when he's the Australian ski champ too. So he can do everything, and yeah, you know that if you tag Ben in a good spot, he's going to put you in an even better one.
Ocean Man Relay World Champion. Shout out to all the Burleigh crew back at the club watching.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for watching, and if you've travelled really far to come up here and watch, thank you.
There you go, world champs, Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. Well done, boys.
I didn't know where Corey Fletcher was going with that one there. If you've travelled far, thank you for coming up. But Yeah, they come from far and wide, and the Burleigh boys have delivered. They love it there. It's quite the club, and it's quite the atmosphere. You love to see it. Carberry, Kosh, Fletcher, and Savage. Oden Parish, Jake Morris, Kai Harlan, Riley Harlan there for Nobby's Beach. Fitzsimmons, Armstrong, Zach Morris, Mitch Morris got it done for Northcliffe. And then what about the half mooners? Smith, Bowen, Coulson, and Tex Dixon. They're in fourth place. Heartbreak for those boys. They deserve better, but that's racing and World Championships. We don't hand out medals for feelings, and if we would, they would have got one. But over the page, some of the big guns, Marucci, Alex, Mount Maunganui, Coogin, Newport, expecting more from them. It's just so tough. It's just so tight out there, isn't it, Pete?
And that's what we always see with the Ocean Relays. It's, as Tex spoke about, he really, it was really special for the club he was racing for, the cap on his head. And you see those moments come on. We saw the half moves, we saw Nobby's Beach come through, and it's just when you get to a team and all together and you really lift people up. And we're going to see that tomorrow. We've got the Ocean Mixed Relay, so 2 women, 2 men. I don't know how all these clubs are going to pick that. Very, very difficult. But wow, it has certainly been a day and a half. Yeah, M-shape as well. So in and out of the break twice as many times. What a view and a big day here at the 2024 World Lifesaving Championships at Kurrawa Beach on the Gold Coast. Let's take a look at all the highlights. What a way to start. We went from the beach to the water. We had the relays at the end. Courtney Hancock, what was your highlight for this afternoon? Oh, that's a really tough one to say. I have to say, I can't go past Lily O'Sullivan. The way she went back to back, and not only that, she went and put a phenomenal board leg into that last Ocean Relay as well. So she loves the individuals, but she loves the teams even better. And I thought she was just phenomenal. Since this morning, 8 o'clock, that gun hit, she's been on fire. She did it beautifully. She raced really strong. So for me, I think she was the athlete of the day. Yeah, you're spot on. She was absolutely on fire, and she had such a World Championships last time. I think 9 gold medals or something at the Junior Championships. And to deliver on the big stage, it's so tough, and there's so much pressure. And if you're 1% off, you might as well not even turn up, because that is how difficult. For mine, ski race final, Pat from Sorrento, he delivered, and it was good to see the West Australians get one. They do a great job over there. It takes a hell of a lot to be successful, and especially coming from the West, a lot of this stuff on the East Coast of Australia, and having the World Championships over here. He made the move, did a little bit of blocker training. He's going to race for Sorrento all summer long, so they've got a good one on their hands, and a big shout out to the entire team there. And there's the success stories, and then there's the heartbreak, and that's what we love about surf sports. And that lady right there, Lizzie Wellborn, we talk about Georgia Miller being a bridesmaid. Lizzie Wellborn, for the last 10 years, has won almost every board race, but she hasn't managed to get the big ones done, and you've got to start to feel sorry for her. She'll get one, but it just hasn't come as quickly as we thought it would. She came oh so close, but she will get one. And I think the great thing about Lizzie, when you've worked so hard and gone second time and time again, you appreciate that gold more than anyone else, and that is what Lizzie, she's a very grateful, appreciative person, so she will get there, and I tell you what, she's going to do it in style, and I can't wait. I hope we're both commentating that race. Oh, I hope so too, that is for sure. And what a way to finish off the program this afternoon. We had double surf races there, and well, you call it an upset just because Lani Pallister was so good, but well deserved from Lily O'Sullivan, Naomi Scott, Lana Rogers. They were all in the mix that entire race. Gemma Smith-Welsh as well. Georgia Miller, they deserve that one. They work hard. They train very, very hard. And when you've got the likes of these ladies here who can stick it with Olympians for that kind of distance, even though it was short, you can see the smile on Lily O'Sullivan's face. She knows they're hard to get, and when you do get one, you've got to celebrate. They certainly are hard to get. And Naomi Scott, she was the one that really set it up for everyone, trying to really stick with Lani Pallister there, and Lani Pallister will be disappointed, but don't you worry, we are really praying and hoping we see her in that Ocean final tomorrow. Yeah, Northcliffe probably didn't have the afternoon they would have liked in a few of these events out there, but what a way to deliver in that mixed Ocean relay. They really got it done. This was the finish. Chloe Mannix Power, have a look at her come over the top. Emma Woods knows when you're done, you're done. And Chloe Mannix Power, she's a stall gift winner. She's a beach sprint champion, and she is now a World Ocean Woman Relay champion there as well. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We'll be back tomorrow morning on YouTube from 8 a.m. A finals package as well on SBS On Demand. On behalf of myself and the entire team here at the Lifesaving World Championships, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for the final day of competition.